All right. Hey.
It's Penguin Month, boy!
We are not there yet. That's later in the month. We're getting to it. We are not there yet. But hey guys, it's Kevin again, and this is going to be for another installment of this month's movie preview. Of course, we are talking about all of the movies coming out this April, and April itself usually is a pretty dry month for the most part. You know, it's just because it's the last month before the summer movie season and things like that. The last two Aprils especially have been very dry. This year, on the other hand, is like jam-packed. There's a lot to get into for sure. There's
like
many
penguins!
Now we're gonna get to that. Don't worry, we're gonna get to it. But before we get into the movies, unfortunately, I have to introduce both of these fuckers right here. This one is already annoying the shit out of me because of a certain movie that's coming out. Here he is, Mr. Penguin himself. You are not doing that the whole video. I will kick you out. You will never join a movie preview again.
I've literally mastered the noise of the penguin.
You will never join a movie preview again.
You know, I think if anyone is going to question my love for penguins, I got the penguin noise down. I am a fucking penguin.
Oh, yes,
anyways,
definitely.
Yes. Everyone already knows who I am. Auburn Wanderer here, aka Mr. Penguin. Caden LaPlante.
Unfortunately.
I know. I promise I won't be annoying the whole video. But
I mean, can you really promise that, though?
Kevin, this is the intro, okay? Anyways. So, I just want to quickly say, thank you for having me on, Kevin. I always appreciate it. And I just want to say that I'm more excited for Penguins than Endgame. Okay, no, I'm not.
Yes, definitely.
I'm not. I'm just joking. But anyway.
Wow. You've already driven people away. Look, we just lost viewers right there. It's not like I'm not even keeping track of it.
Okay, anyways, this intro is going on for too long. I just want to say that fuck you, because penguins are great. Anyway, so let's get into April.
All right, so my second guest here, look, he's very odd. He always seems to be with me for either March or April. He was actually supposed to be here in March, but he's here for April, and I don't know if I should be impressed with the fact that he's been frozen this entire time, or if I should just be annoyed. But either way, here is 22TigerDude.
Hello there, ladies and peeps. This is Trina, and I want to thank.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck? What was that? What was that?
What the hell?
What are you doing?
I don't even know, to be honest. But yeah, in all seriousness, this is me, Tony, 22TigerDude here. I know I'm always a joy whenever Kevin brings me on here.
Oh, yes, yes. Love it so much.
So, yeah, I hope this one is no different. So, thank you, Kevin.
All right, now that all those shenanigans are out of the way.
Thank you, Tony.
You are not joining him. No, one penguin is enough. I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm going to lose my mind. All right. So before I absolutely lose my shit, we're going to get into the movies here, which I'll just say right now, this is probably one of the easier movie previews I've done because there's actually 2 movies on this list that I've already seen. I know, I'm that douchebag. I've already seen 2 movies on this list. The first one, actually, I have seen already, so I'm going to abstain from talking about it, but I am introducing it. And that, of course, is the highly anticipated next film from the DCU, that, of course, being Shazam.
That's crazy, right?
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
This is proof of authenticity. Super strength. Electricity manipulation. Hyperspeed.
I'd like to purchase some of your finest beer, please.
So, as you guys know, I've already seen this movie. I've already given my thoughts on it. If you want my, more comprehensive stuff, I can leave a link to my review. Just check it out there. But again, because I've seen it, I don't really feel like I have anything really to add here. So I'm just going to leave it to these two. So, Caden, go ahead.
Okay. So, As in case people don't know, I know they're not like canon anymore, but I've only seen Man of Steel in BVS.
Oh, your most anticipated movie of all time.
Shut the fuck up. Now, I mean, like after like Suicide Squad came out, I just lost interest in this world of DC, whatever the fuck it's called. I know like Wonder Woman.
DCU now is what they're sticking with.
I thought it was World of DC.
No, they dropped it, thankfully.
Oh my
Thank God.
fucking God.
I'm so happy.
Okay, well, whatever the fuck it's called. So I know like Wonder Woman was good, but I just kind of just stopped having interest. But then like Aquaman came, because then Justice League came out, and I was just like, okay, I lost interest completely. But then like Aquaman came out, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm kind of interested again, and now this is coming out. This is getting arguably the best reviews out of any DCU film so far.
Oh, for sure.
And I actually just saw the trailer for the first time, any of the trailers tonight in front of Dumbo. And I have to say that like I might check this out, to be honest. I think the idea of it's interesting because the main character is the same age as me, 15, which is it's cool to see. Like obviously we've had like teenage superheroes before, but it's interesting to see like it be like so like direct at the time and stuff. And the film looks funny, it looks charming, it looks like it has a little bit of like an edge to it and stuff. And it just looks like it's treating like the superhero genre in a very unique way, and vulnerability and your weaknesses, and you'll becoming like a great hero in a way that it normally isn't done. It's not taking itself like too serious. I know like this film that has like some very like serious subject matter, I've heard, but
yeah, it does.
Yeah, so it does. It just looks like it's going to be a very really good balance of everything that you'd want in a film like this. And I'm just interested in checking out. I think Zachary Levi, right?
Yeah.
I think he looks fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Who plays the main kid? Just so I know.
Asher Angel. He's from the Andy Mack on Disney Channel.
Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Declan
Grazer too. Your boy from It.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that should be interesting. And yeah, I actually think it looks really good. I actually might go see it next weekend, which I know like after like BVS came out, even though I really liked BVS, the thing is that I thought Man of Steel was not very good, and then Suicide Squad came out, and I know Wonder Woman was really good, but just back then I wasn't. It was 2017. I was like not really interested in the film then, and then Justice League happened. I just lost interest. But it seems like now, since they're like rebooting, and now from what I would assume, only Wonder Woman and Aquaman are canon.
Yeah, those are the only ones you really got to see.
And now that like this is happening, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna pay attention now again. So, yeah, I'm very interested in this. So yeah. And another quick note is, you guys can correct me. I'm sorry for not knowing, but I know it's from the director of Lights Out and Annabelle Creation.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, you're correct, David F. Sandberg.
So I've not seen Lights Out, but I did see Annabelle Creation in theaters, and I thought that was a very, very good horror movie. It was not what I expected. It was very, very like slow and very like ambient, and I thought it was just really, really well done. So I've also heard there's like parts of this film that are like very, very intense, and are kind of scary. So it's going to be cool to see that. And the thing that I like, who's the director's name again? I apologize.
David F. Sandberg.
David F. Sandberg. I am sorry, but
so nice, ladies and gentlemen, as always.
Kevin, please shut up. But the thing that that I've noticed about his films, and just from the trailer, obviously I've seen Lights Out, but I've seen about Christian. It's like, and now he works really well with like atmosphere and stuff, like creating like a world and the world building. And I think with a film like this, he's gonna shine during it. So I'm excited to see this.
Shazam! Oh. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the movie. For the most part, I have been a fan of the DCEU. I know they've gone through a lot of bumps, just financially and with reviews and all that.
I know you love Justice League.
Oh yeah, definitely, along with Suicide Squad. But yeah, for the most part, I have really liked their movies, and I hope Shazam, continues that streak of movies that I'm just like really positive on this universe. I think Zachary Levi looks like he'll do a really good job to play Shazam. Like he looks like he was literally born to play Shazam, and it's really cool because I've always wanted to see Zachary Levi in more roles, because he's known for Tangled and even the second Alvin the Chipmunks movie.
Oh yeah,
but it's nice to see him in a much bigger movie like this one, where he could just fully shine and hopefully get more roles like after this one. And who's the actor playing the main kid again?
We just said it, Asher
The
Angel.
Angel.
Kevin, get the boy a break.
I know, Kevin, you bitch. But yes, Asher Angel, he looks really good. Mark Strong also looks really good as the villain too. I really like Mark Strong. You can't go wrong with him. You know, he makes me feel very strong. And the rest of
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh my fucking god.
I am going to hurt you. I know you're through a computer, but I'm going to find a way to hurt you.
And the rest of the cast looks really good too. The action sequences, although I know from the reviews it's not like an action-packed movie or anything, but like the action does look really good from what I see in the trailer. And it just looks like it could be really funny, really entertaining, but also a really charming movie. And for what I'm hearing, a very heartwarming movie as well. So yeah, I can't wait for this movie.
All right, so if you guys are excited for Shazam, it does come out on April 5th, of course. Like I said, I've already seen it. If you have seen it, then that's really cool as well. But definitely, if you're excited for it, it is coming out then. Also coming out the day is a film that I haven't seen yet, so this one I can actually talk about. But I'm not the one introducing it. It is sadly Mr. Penguin here, introducing the next film.
And that is Pet Cemetery.
Which I'm going to throw you in a second.
Aww.
Old Town's been using this place for generations. Folks make a kind of ritual out of it. It's not some campfire story.
Saw these on the trees up there.
They're warnings. The local tribes carved them before they fled. They fear that place. There's something up there. Something that dates way back. Those woods belong to something else.
So, obviously, if people know me, I am a fan of Stephen King. I think everyone knows this by now.
Yeah.
So the thing that's interesting is that I've actually never read the book for this or even seen the original film. And I haven't seen a single trailer for this because I've stayed away because I've heard it shows a lot. So, to be honest, like, I don't really know anything about this. I know a little bit about the story and stuff, so I'm not really going to be saying much. But I will say this, at least from what I've heard, because this was at South by Southwest, right?
Yeah.
And I'm hearing some, good things about it. And I probably actually will go end up seeing this. And it just to me that we're probably going to get a chapter 2 trailer really soon, and I'm going to cry my eyes up. Anyways, yeah, but you know what? Just like the hype around it, even though I don't really know much about it, is gonna, probably makes me interested in seeing it. And yeah, I mean that's all I really have to say. I just hope that it's good eventually when I see it, and I'm fine going into it blind. I may watch the original before though, because I know it just came out like in 4K and stuff, and I might just buy it just because why not? So, but we'll see. So I am interested in seeing it. So.
Yeah, definitely. I am with you on that. Except I have seen both trailers. I haven't read the book, nor have I watched the original film. I will most likely rectify that before I see the remake for sure, as I do like to compare and things like that. But what I really do like about this one is that it's going for a much more sort of dark, realistic tone, which really seems like it's going to work very well here. Jason Clarke, John Lithgow, really can't go wrong with those two as well. The little girl also in this movie looks like she's going to be very good. I'm really excited to see how she is here as well. And the second trailer, a lot of people have said it like it spoiled a lot of stuff. And from what I've gathered, it doesn't really seem like that's the case. But again, I haven't seen the movie, so we'll have to see. But overall, yeah, I'm definitely excited for this. I think it looks creepy. It looks atmospheric. I really do like the plot of it as well. And I think there's a lot that they can definitely do with it for sure. Again, I don't know too much about this story. But honestly, the little I know, the better. And of what I've seen, I am definitely hooked for sure. It's for sure one of my most anticipated of the month. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say about this one, but all I can say is I am looking forward to it. I've never seen the original Pet Cemetery, so hopefully I could find some time to change that before I see the remake. But I saw the full trailer like very, very recently before us, and I thought it looked pretty interesting. And the teaser trailer was really good too. And yeah, I don't know too much about it because, like I said, I haven't seen the remake, but just from like the cast with Jason Clarke, John Lithgow, the rest look really great too. It just looks like it could be a very atmospheric, very interesting and creepy remake, and I definitely hope it succeeds at doing that.
Yes. All right, so Pet Sematary, if you guys are excited for it, it does come out on April 5th as well. Now we get to the next movie here, which this one could end up going either way. We'll have to see the way this one does turn out. But here to introduce this one is Tony here.
You could almost say Kevin and I, ladies and gentlemen, are the best of enemies.
Oh my
fucking god.
Last night, an electrical fire destroyed East End Elementary School.
Mama, where are we gonna go to school now?
Mama gonna find you somewhere real nice to go.
Not gonna have black kids going to temp school.
Oh, come on. They're gonna put them somewhere.
Mississippi putting it down. I'm the hottest round.
We gonna beat school segregation once and for all.
Listen to me now.
You better get your ass down to City Hall tonight. Who's next?
They say you represent a great many people in this town.
Ain't me right about that.
I'm holding a committee meeting. The council will vote to either adopt or reject school integration. I need 2 co-chairs, you and Ann Atwater.
And that one. I'm the president of the clan.
So, yeah, like Kevin said, this film could go either way, but, you know, from the trailer and from the cast, I do think the movie looks very promising. I do think it looks very interesting. Not too much for me to say, like with Pet Sematary, but it's another one of those movies that I am definitely interested in. And, you know, you can't go wrong with Sam Rockwell and Taraji P. Henson, who I know hasn't had the best streak lately. So hopefully this could be a good movie for Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah, so here's the thing with this movie. On one hand, I am excited for it solely because I think it's cool to see Taraji P. Henson in a film that's not some raunchy comedy or a Tyler Perry film where she's just completely wasted, because I do think she's a very talented actress. She's proven before that she can definitely carry a film, and I do think she could be really good here, as well as Sam Rockwell. And I do like the plot to this movie. I just find it a little bit weird that something like this is coming out in April. That's usually not the greatest sign. Sounds a little Oscar baity in that way, but we'll have to see the way this one does turn out. It does look pretty good for sure. I do definitely like the you know, like the premise surrounding it and things like that. I don't know too much about it, but it definitely does sound quite interesting for sure. I think those two are probably going to carry the movie quite well, and I'm hoping it's a good film. You know, I'm not like over the moon about it or anything, but it does look pretty solid.
You know, to be honest, I've barely heard of someone. I haven't really seen the trailer. I mean, then again, I don't watch many trailers, but at least from like what I'm reading about it, what's about in the cast. I mean, you know, it just depends how the subject matter is handled and stuff, and just like the execution of it all. You know, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be one of those movies that probably would just be like forgotten.
Yeah.
You know, which I you know, kind of sucks, but again, you know, it depends on like, you know, how the subject matter is handled, but it has a decent cast, but that's all I really have to say. So, yeah.
All right, so Best of Enemies, if you guys are looking forward to it, does come out on April 5th. Now we get to a film that I am actually very excited to talk about, and thankfully I'm introducing it, and that is High Life.
We were scum. Trash. Refuse that didn't fit into the system. Until someone had the bright idea of recycling us to serve science.
The odds are not in our favor. But when my work is accomplished, when perfection is achieved, then what? Fly away? I know I look like a witch.
You're foxy and you know it.
This mission can't turn our shame into some type of glory. I can't do this flying around no more.
All right, so High Life overall, I've been interested in this film pretty much since people started talking about it at Sundance and saying it's just like really weird and different and things like that. And I finally got to see the trailer before Gloria Bell. Actually, it took me that long to finally see it. But I was very impressed with what I thought. I think this looks like a very interesting film. I will say right now, the visuals here look stunning. I really do love the way it's done. A24 continues to kill it with their just very unique aspect ratios and things like that, which I just adore. Robert Pattinson, I am very happy to see he's going to keep up his streak because he showed his stride. You know, he definitely showed how great of an actor he can be in good time, and I definitely do want to see him do more stuff like that. So I'm glad to see him in this. Mia Goth as well. Really great cast overall. But just in general, I think this looks like a really different, very just absurd type of space film for sure. One that we really haven't seen too much of, and it definitely does intrigue me for sure. Again, I don't know too much about it, but from what I'm seeing here, this looks very creative, and I'm definitely down for it.
I'm extremely excited for this. I'm actually trying to go to a screening in Boston on Monday with Claire Dennis actually in person introducing the film.
Oh shit.
I really hope I can go to that. I mean, either way, I'm still going to see this in theaters, but I would love to go to that. And the reason I'm so excited for this is that just because it just looks like such like an intense film that's like, it's going to from what I've heard, I know some things that happen in the film as well. So like, it seems like it's going to really push like the boundaries in certain ways. And it's just going to be a very, very aggressive and visceral film. And I'm very excited for it. I mean, also Andre Benjamin is in it, Andre 3000, which is fucking awesome. And it has a great cast as well. And I got to say this, I mean, with Robert Pattinson, I mean, like, honestly, like, I still have to see the film, but from everything else I've, like, seen him in besides, like, Twilight, like, he's a really fucking good actor.
Yeah, he's killing it.
So I'm excited to see because he just got casted in, Nolan's new movie as well. And it's actually funny. This is probably controversial, but he's actually my number one pick right now for the new Batman. I know that's kind of controversial. But
no, I've actually heard a lot of people share that opinion.
I think that would work really, really well. But
yeah, he'd be great, definitely.
Either that or John Hamm. But besides that, I'm becoming a fan of Robert Pattinson, so I want to see for that. And obviously, Claire Dennis is a fantastic director. So I'm just very excited for this, and I can't wait. It just looks very, very different, I guess, for like a space film. Like, it looks like it's really, really going to be like very, very visceral. I'm not saying like there's like not visceral space movies, like obviously 2001 and like Gravity and some other ones are like visceral as fuck, but this one looks like it's really, really going to push boundaries, and I'm excited for that. So
yeah. All right, Tony.
All right. Yeah, I really want to see this movie. I remember when they first dropped the trailer, I'm like, oh, I saw Robert Pattinson in the thumbnail. So obviously that was like an automatic click for me, not knowing what the movie was really about. But I saw the trailer and just the visual look of it and what the story is about. And I was quite taken aback with just how interesting the movie looks, honestly. Like, I don't know a lot about it, which is good. I like that. I don't know a lot of details about it. I just really like the cast from Robert Pattinson to Mia Goth as well as some others. And it's like what you guys have just said. It just looks so intense, and just the visual of it just looks absolutely stunning in my opinion. And there's nothing else I can really say except that I just really want to see it. And Robert Pattinson, like you guys have said, he's just been killing it lately. And I think people need to stop holding the Twilight films against him, because he's definitely proven he's way more than just that guy in Twilight. So yeah, he's been killing it, man.
Yeah, no question for sure. I think between him and Kristen Stewart, he definitely is turning out just six amazing project after amazing project. I'm not saying Kristen Stewart isn't, but like both of them are doing some amazing work for sure. But definitely, if you guys are excited for High Life, it does come out on April 5th. I'm not sure when it's going to go wide. I'm pretty sure it will sometime later in the month, but I'm not entirely sure when. But also coming out, I think also from A24, oddly enough, is this next film that Caden's going to introduce.
And that is Teen Spirit.
Why did you enter this competition? I like to sing. A lot of people like to sing. You can sing, but you're an inexperienced performer. With a Polish name, entering a competition that relies on the public vote.
I never dreamed I would make it this far.
Sing from here. Mum, mum, mum.
Does he know what he's doing?
He's not a real manager or anything, but he has a lot for me.
We can do a lot more.
You can do this, Violet. You can do this. Sing from your heart.
I had a way.
So I've heard a little bit about this film, and I'll say this. Well, again, I haven't like really seen any footage for it. I believe it's supposed to be like kind of like a similar-ish take on like a Cinderella type story. At least from like what I'm hearing and stuff. And we've had like these films kind of like about like singing, like getting like entering like competitions or whatever, just in your life kind of changes and stuff. But I'm hoping that this one has something to offer, like unique. Obviously I can't say because I haven't seen the trailer, but I love the cast. It's I will check it out at some point. So,
no, for me, I definitely really liked what I've seen of this trailer for sure. I mean, Elle Fanning, great actress. I don't think she's picked the best projects lately, but this definitely seems like something that she should be doing. I like that we're getting to see more of her vocal talents here as well. She seems like she's very talented on that field, so that's really cool. I'm just hoping that it doesn't end up being just a generic like singing competition film. I'm hoping it can offer something really different. And knowing that it's like, on the indie circuit, it probably will. But from what I'm gathering from this trailer, it doesn't look super different, but I'm pretty sure it will be. Rebecca Hall's in here as well. The other like French dude that's in there, I don't know him at all, but he looks really good too. Overall, this looks like a really good movie for sure. I definitely am excited for it. Not like hyped out of my mind or anything, but it definitely does look really good.
Yeah, this one I'm kind of curious about. I don't know if I could say interested's the word, but I'm kind of curious about it. The ads, I see ads everywhere, like on Instagram and Facebook, and whenever I watch them, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of curious to check that out, and I do like Elle Fanning, and I kind of like how it's a more stylish take on, for what I'm reading IMDb, on the Cinderella story. So yeah, there's not really much I could say, but I'm kind of curious about it.
Yeah, so Teen Spirit, if you're looking forward to, does come out on April 5th. It's not A24, by the way. It's actually some other studio that I'm not thinking of right now. But Blecker Street, that's who's doing it, Blecker Street. But it does come out on April 5th. Now, next one we're talking about is actually the only Netflix film that we're talking about this month. Again, Netflix continues to make some promising films for sure. And this definitely looks like a very different sort of film that hopefully is really good, that I know Tony here is very excited to introduce.
But Kevin, before I do you want to go to the Unicorn Store with me?
Oh my god!
Unicorn Store.
Like a failure.
Well, life passed you by.
I can't take any more rejection.
Honey, you remember Kevin?
Wow, Kit, you look just the same.
So what's your plan now that you've been kicked out of school?
I've taken a temporary position at a public relations firm. Did you always know this is what you wanted to do? Or did you want to do another thing first?
Like, did I dream of figure skating, but my parents wouldn't pay for the lessons? You don't want to be a temp forever, do you?
Kit, got a letter for you.
Get ready. Get ready for what?
You have come to the store, Kit.
And I am the salesman.
All right. So, yes, as Kevin has said, I am very excited to be introducing this film because this is a film I've actually wanted to see since when I heard about it in 2017 when it was playing at film festivals. And I read what the plot was about. And I saw this was Brie Larson's directorial debut. And, I just really like the plot behind it. It deals with fulfilling your childhood dreams and imagination. And those are the kind of movies that definitely appeal to me. So and then I saw the trailer recently, and that definitely elevated my excitement even more. So, I can't wait to see this movie. You also got Samuel Jackson, one of the many movies he has done with Brie Larson. So you have him, from what I see here. You also have Bradley Whitford here, Joan Cusack. You have a great cast here, honestly. And just like I said, I think the storyline just looks and sounds really interesting. I think there's a lot of promise, and I definitely hope it delivers. And definitely glad it finally has a distributor, because I know it hasn't had distributor for a long time. I mean, if we were to rewind back to like January, IMDb would have said this movie has yet to find a distributor. So the fact that Netflix finally picked it up does make me very happy, and I absolutely can't wait to see this movie.
Yeah, so as per usual with a lot of Netflix films, I went into this one very cautiously optimistic, not really expecting much, but the trailer honestly really surprised me. I think this looks far more unique and different than I really was expecting. I really do like the concept behind this, where, you know, she's like this artist who is very childlike and things like that, and she you know, everyone else around her while they grow up, she kind of refuses to in that way, and she ends up purchasing this unicorn and things like that. It just looks like something really different, and Brie Larson, as usual, looks like she's going to do a really great job here, and Samuel Jackson, man, I mean, name me a actor that is working harder than him this year. Seriously, he is in almost every single major blockbuster. It's insane. I don't know how him and Brie Larson are working this frequently together, but I guess they're just contractually obligated or something. I don't really know at this point. It's pretty crazy, but either way, I think this looks really great. It looks far more stylized than I was expecting, and I'm definitely excited for this one. I wasn't really expecting too much from it, but like I said, that trailer kind of blew me away. I think this looks really damn good.
I'm very excited for this. I think that it looks really, really good. I think Brie Larson is extremely talented, so it's interesting to see her like direct like a film and stuff. And yeah, you know, obviously, you know, Sam Jackson's back with another film featuring them too. So that's what I loved their chemistry in Captain Marvel. That was one of my favorite parts about it. So yeah, you know, it should work pretty well here too. And yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I can't wait to see it.
All right, so Unicorn Store, if you are looking forward to it, does come out on April 5th. Now we get to a film that, while I'm excited for it, it kind of frustrates me that we're talking about it. And that, of course, is The Man Who Killed Don Quixote.
I want to drop some of the shots. Why? Because it isn't working? Because my client isn't happy. Because the whole concept is ridiculous. You are Don Quixote. It's your concept, it's your vision.
I want you to keep an eye on her. Do that for me.
I'm the boss's wife.
Jackie!
Javier? Sancho?
You crazy peasant. You think you can hide from me? We shall have such great adventures together.
The Man Who Killed Don Quixote, I am extremely excited for this film. This is a film that it's been, you know, this is one of those films that has basically been in development hell for a very long time. They've been struggling to find a distributor and things like that. There was this whole sort of lawsuit thing going on. It's really complicated, but it is, of course, Terry Gilliam's next film. And I have to say, seeing the trailer, I can definitely tell why it struggled, because it does look really different. But that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited for it. I think this looks like a wholly original film. Just the idea of like this guy, he's making a Don Quixote movie, and, you know, it's really not going well at all. He really doesn't seem to care that much about it. And then he's basically thrown into the world of Don Quixote. It just sounds so unique and cool. Adam Driver, as usual, looks like he's going to do some amazing work here. Same with Jonathan Pryce. Really just a great cast here overall. I really do love the style. I like the humor that we got throughout the trailer as well. The only thing that pisses me off is that this is a movie that's only going to be in theaters for one day. Unfortunately, I have class that day, so I'm not going to be able to see it in theaters, which just really bums me out, because just from the trailer alone, it seems like one of those films where it still is going to be great, but seeing it in theaters would have been a whole different experience altogether. And it seems like a film that is kind of a required watch to see in theaters. And I hope it gets a re-release. Like, I hope it does really well, that they end up re-releasing it or something. We'll have to see how that does end up turning out. But either way, I am so hyped for this one. This is easily one of the most anticipated of the entire month for sure. Like I said, it just really bums me out that it's only coming out for that one day, because sadly I won't get to see it. I'm still going to watch it, but I sadly won't be able to see it in theaters, and that kind of annoys me a bit.
I'm extremely fucking excited for this movie. I mean, Terry Gilliam is a genius.
Yeah.
And look, knowing that he's been trying to make this movie for, what is it now, like 25 years or something?
Something like that, yeah. It's
absolutely
crazy.
Insane. And the fact that he's been this dedicated to it and this passionate about it, and with all the fucking distributor problems and the rights problems and just the bullshit that he's had to go through, the fact that it's finally coming out. I know it's at some film festivals last year, but then there's some like distribution legal issues or whatever.
Yeah.
Like someone like owns something. I don't fucking remember, but like
it's crazy.
I'm just so happy it's out. Like, honestly, look, even if I ends up me not liking it as much as I hope I would, honestly, at the end of the day, I'm just happy it's out because Terry Gilliam is a great filmmaker, and I'm just happy that his dream project is finally out. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna be seeing this in theaters. So what?
I wish. I'm so fucking jealous. Jesus Christ.
Well,
yeah, the one thing I always like about Kevin's movie previews is that whenever I'm on, there's normally that one movie I never heard of that I'm interested or really excited to see, and you could count this movie in as part of that. I had no idea about this movie until, Kevin's movie preview, and we watched this trailer together actually on Rabbit, and I knew from the minute on that I want to see this movie. It looks really interesting. I love Adam Driver, and I love the rest of the cast too. And Terry Gilliam, he's a very talented writer and director. So I can't wait to see what he has to bring to this movie. It is a shame what he had to go through, like distribution rights and all that stuff. And the fact that this is only a one-night event, that is a bummer to hear. But the fact that it is finally coming out, considering like what you guys said, it's like what, 25 years in the making?
Yeah, it's been like an inordinate amount of time.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. But hey, it's finally coming out. It looks really interesting to me, and I definitely can't wait to see it whenever I see it.
All right, so The Man Who Killed Don Quixote, if you guys are excited for it, it does come out on April 10th. Again, like I said, it's only going to be a one-night theatrical event, but I guarantee you it'll eventually come on to streaming platforms and things of that nature, but we'll have to see. Now we get to the week that just looks amazing. April 12th is such an amazing week for movies. There's so many movies coming out that I am just so hyped for. And of course, I'm being sarcastic. There's a lot of terrible shit actually coming out this week. Starting off with this first film that I know Kane here is just dying to introduce.
Hellboy!
We face every threat there is, and yet you take me in. Hello, son. Made me a goddamn weapon.
Where's my fucking violin?
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Out there's a 5th century sorceress who wants to bring down the curtain on London and the world.
Great. Homework.
Why do you fight for those who hate and fear you? You were meant for this. Out of the ashes, new Eden will emerge.
Okay, I'd appreciate a prophecy with more relatable stakes.
So, I mean, when it comes to this movie, okay, look, I have to see like the original 2 films. But to be honest, I don't think it matters. I will watch them before this, but like to say my overall thoughts on how these trailers have looked, I don't think it fucking matters. This looks average at best to me. I hopefully it's a case of just bad marketing, but the first trailer I hated. The second one was somewhat better, but like, what the hell is the tone of the movie going to be? Because the first trailer made it look like Guardians of the Galaxy with Hellboy, and now this other trailer makes it look like a gritty crime movie. I don't know what it's trying to go for. And I don't know. I mean, I'll probably go see it because I am interested because, I'm interested in seeing another superhero film that's like, R and that's, very graphic and stuff. And, I will watch the first 2, so I kind of want to like compare it and stuff because I know like the third one has like that everyone wanted that film to happen really bad and it didn't get to be made and they made this instead. So who fucking knows? I'm just hoping it's good, so that's all I really have to say. I mean, it just looks to me. So
Yeah, so this one I've had an interesting history with. Originally, I just didn't give a shit about this film. The first trailer dropped, and I despised that trailer. I thought it was so bad. It was so the comedy and things like that were just so forced. It seemed like it was trying so hard just to be so lighthearted and fun, and it just really rubbed me the wrong way. The second trailer, on the other hand, that one interested me a bit more. It seemed like they were going to get more into the lore and things like that. The sort of tone, though, yeah, that does seem a bit murky for sure. I can't really tell where they're trying to go with this movie. Are they trying to make it more lighthearted and fun, or are they going for something darker here, or is it a hodgepodge of both? I'm not entirely sure. I will say David Harbour doesn't look like a bad Hellboy. It does seem like he's going to carry this film quite well. Mia Jovovich, on the other hand, that's not going to be good. I mean, usually when she's in a movie, it's not a good sign. The rest of the cast, I mean, we'll have to see. I like Ian McShane. I like Sasha Lang. I like Thomas Hayden Church, obviously. So we'll have to see the way this one does turn out for sure. Again, I'm not dreading it anymore, but I'm not really excited for it either. It's more just, it's a film. It's coming out. And to be honest, I don't know why this is coming out in April. Like, when you have Shazam and, of course, Endgame at the end of the month, I don't see how this movie has a very good chance of doing well. I think definitely it probably will in like its first week, but I just don't really see it having that much of a fighting chance. I think if it was like towards the end of the summer or maybe even in September, it probably would have fared a lot better. But either way, it is coming out. I'm not entirely sure why, but it looks fine, I guess. I'm not like dreading it or anything, but it definitely, out of the movies we're talking about on April 12th, it's one of the least worst for sure. But I'm still not really all that excited for it.
Yeah, I am not looking forward to this movie. Like, I'll be honest, I think I am honestly dreading it. Like, I'm at that point where I honestly am dreading this movie. Like, it looks so bad. I don't even look like the look of Hellboy. Like how they did his horns and all that. Like, I just don't like even his look. David Harbour doesn't look like he's bad or anything. No. Like, he's the least of my problems. It's just how Hellboy looks. And yeah, it just seems really forced in my opinion. Nothing humorized really made me laugh. The tone isn't very clear in my opinion. And I do like David Harbour and I do like Thomas Hayden Church and Ian McShane, but as much as I like them, the movie itself, yeah, nothing about it is really hooking me. And Mila, like you said, Kevin, just oof, yeah.
Like I said, she's in a movie that's already kind of a recipe for disaster.
And visually, I don't think it looks good. I think it's honestly pretty crappy on a visual standpoint.
Yeah, no, I will agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I hope the movie surprises me. I haven't seen the first two Hellboy movies in a while, the one Guillermo del Toro directed, but I do remember really liking them. But I hope I can somehow like this one. But yeah, the trailers just have not been doing it for me. I'm honestly just hating the marketing the more I see them. And yeah, I'm just not feeling this new reiteration of Hellboy at all, or the fact that's Radar 2, that's not making me any more excited either, to be honest.
Yeah, let me just say real quick, I haven't seen either of the first two Hellboys, so maybe that has something to do with why I'm not dreading it all that much. I don't really know this character all that well. I don't have an attachment to him. I am going to watch the first two before this one, definitely. But just for me personally, I can't say whether or not it's a good representation of the character because I know jack shit about said character. But either way, if you are looking forward to Hellboy, it does come out on April 12th. Like I said, I'm very surprised this movie's still coming out, but it is. And if you want to see it, then yeah, I don't care. Speaking of movies that, I care about, but some people here don't care about, we have the next movie here, which I know Tony is just elated to introduce.
Hey, Kevin, you're missing something. You're missing a link.
God!
The missing link.
I need someone who knows the wild places of the world, and you're the world's greatest adventurer.
What exactly do you ask of me?
I'm lonely. I'm the last of my kind. But on the other side of the world, they talk of this creature.
The Yeti.
I think these Yetis are my cousins. Can you take me there?
I give you my word.
Okay, what is it?
What?
Your word.
No, it's a figure of speech.
Sounds good. What is it?
Well, I'm on my way.
We have a long way to go. We'll need a map. We're not gonna break in, are we? Climb the wall and pull me up.
I'm taking my time, but I don't know where.
Bravo. Thank you.
Okay. So, you know me. I love my animation. I love my stop motion animation. And I love Leica. But I just gotta be straight. I gotta be honest. I am not looking forward to this movie at all. And Kevin, when the second trailer dropped, you got to witness me reacting to that second
He had
trailer.
maybe one of the littlest reactions I've ever seen, and this is coming from Tony here. Tony literally had no reaction to this entire trailer. He just sat there with the blankest look on his face possible. And when Tony has no reaction to a trailer, that's when you know you fucked up.
Yeah. So yeah, the marketing has not been impressing me. Obviously, the animation, looks really good. There's nothing taken away from that. It does look really good on an animation standpoint, and I like the voice cast, of course. But man, nothing humor-wise or even the storyline is really appealing to me at all. It just seems really forced, and yeah, it just looks like one of those movies that I'll watch and I'll just forget after I see it. I hope that's not the case. I hope maybe they're just choosing the wrong clips and maybe some of the funnier best stuff are just in the movie. I definitely hope that's the case. But yeah, for right now, I'm really not feeling it. I love Leica so much, so it breaks my heart to say it, but I am not looking forward to the missing link. I just have to be honest.
Similar to you, I really do adore Leica. I've loved pretty much everything they've done. Paranorman, Coraline, Kubo, you name it pretty much. The list goes on from there. But this one, on the other hand, I will admit it does look like a step down in quality, but it does look fun. I definitely do like the vibe of this movie. I think Hugh Jackman and Zach Galifianakis, they look like they got a good interplay going on there. There definitely are some lines that do crack me up for sure. Does it look like it's going to be nearly as have as much depth or have as much sort of adult themes as the other ones have? No, it definitely seems like it's trying to be a little bit more kiddie, and that is a bit concerning considering we had a film like that last year and for another similar animation studio, Aardman, that was kind of like that as well, and that didn't turn out very well. So that is my one concern for sure. But you do have a cast here that I really do adore. Hugh Jackman, Zoe Saldana, Timothy Olyphant, Emma Thompson, of course, Zach Galifianakis in the title role. But overall, I mean, again, I'm not like hyped for this movie or anything, but it looks fun. It looks like a good way to pass the time for sure. Again, maybe it will turn out not as good, or maybe it will be even better than we think it's going to be. But as a film, it does not look like it's, it doesn't feel like a Leica film. It definitely doesn't have the feel of one. It feels like just, a fun animated movie. And I do expect a lot more from Leica for sure. I mean, hopefully the film is a little bit more deep than I'm expecting. But for right now, I think it looks fun, but it definitely is a film that I'm probably, at least right now, I kind of want to be more excited for.
I don't think it looks that bad, but my main thing that's really frustrating me is that with like Coraline and Kubo, I feel like Leica, like, they were like really trying to push boundaries for stop motion animation and what was possible with it. Not saying like other stop motion films didn't do that, but like Leica was doing it in a very like accessible way. And a lot of their films, obviously Kubo was not as critically, it was very successful. Like financially, it wasn't as successful as something like Coraline or like Paranorman or whatever. But to me, it just feels like because of what happened with Kubo box office wise, they're trying to play it really safe.
Yeah.
And I think this film is going to bomb.
Yeah.
Like, even more than Kubo did. And to be honest, if this ends up being Leica's last movie, I'm not going to be surprised. Which fucking sucks. But
yeah,
it just looks like they're playing it too safe. Look, I don't think it looks awful or anything, but like, it certainly doesn't look very interesting, really, for like a kid's movie. Hopefully the trailer is just not showing us something that is in the film, like makes it like really like interesting and stuff. But I don't know. It's just that the problem is that I don't think this is being released at a good time either.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
So I don't know. I feel like this is going to make maybe like 20 million opening weekend, and then after that, it's probably gonna bomb, and it sucks because Leica is a great studio, but.
Yeah, no, definitely. I remember I've heard conversations from people saying how they're worried this can become like the next Studio Ghibli or something like that. And again, considering like how Kubo did, if this one does just as bad as that, unfortunately, it could end up that way. But we'll have to see.
Okay, well, the thing with Studio Ghibli, Ghibli, whatever you want to call it,
yeah,
is that like so many of their films are like considered some of the greatest like animated or whatever you want to label it as, the films that have ever come out. With Leica, it's like they still, obviously you can debate the quality of their films, but honestly, Coraline was the only one that is gonna become later on in a few years, I feel like, a staple. Obviously Kubo could become like a cult classic, but like Coraline was like a staple in animation, and I think is one of the most important animated films to come out ever, to be honest, because it was just so fucking freaky for like a kid's movie. But like Studio Ghibli, it has so many iconic films, so I think that's kind of like the difference and stuff. So,
yeah, all right. So if you
also, to be fair about Studio Ghibli, Ghibli or Ghibli, I don't know.
Ghibli,
but to be fair, is that Miyazaki, retired. I know he's making like one last movie, and then I know I like some other like filmmakers left, and then some of them also passed away, unfortunately. So, at least they went on a high note. So
yeah,
it's just stop rushing me. It's just like unfortunate that like I was hearing so many like rumors at the time that Kubo was going to be their last movie, and then they end up being able to make another movie, and it's this. It's like obviously you can only push the boundaries and come up with creative storytelling every so often, but it's like, I don't know. It's just like this is like the first Leica movie that doesn't look like it's gonna have a very definitive style of its own. It looks like we've already seen stuff like this, so. That's all I have to say, really.
Yeah, so Missing Link, if you are excited for it, does come out on April 12th. It is the only movie I'm excited for on that day. It is literally the only movie I have some sort of hope for. And that's kind of where it ends, unfortunately, in terms of April 12th, especially when it comes to the next movie, which, Jesus Christ, I don't want to talk about this one at all, but unfortunately, I have to introduce it. And that, of course, is Little.
It's gonna drive him a little bit crazy. I have to say.
I'm actually going to kill you.
Excuse me?
Taking the boss ladies on a warpath this morning.
I'm money. I got money. Every morning. No! Ding dong! Ding dong! Money.
I really think I could help this company if you just gave me a chance.
Just concentrate on being my assistant.
Were you always mean?
I got big and I got rich. So now who gonna check me, boo?
I wish you were my age. Then I'd check you, boo. I wish you were little.
I told you, watch it.
What in the black Jesus?
Jesus Christ. Where do I begin with this film, honestly? This is one of those films where I knew it was coming out. I saw the cast, and I'm like, oof, that sounds terrible. But then the trailer came out, and yeah, that pretty much confirmed my fears with the premise, because Jesus, does this look bad. Look, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, this is trying to be like a reverse version of Big and things like that. And it does, but it looks extremely obnoxious in the way it's doing so. I mean, I'll just say right off the bat, I love Regina Hall. I love what she's been doing recently. You want to talk about a giant step back, though? Look no further. I mean, last year at this time, she was doing Support the Girls and The Hate You Give. I was saying how she's becoming a really great actress and things like that, making some amazing choices. And then you just look at her here, and she's just playing like this corporate piece of shit. And it just seems like she's reverting back to just the most generic characters possible. It also doesn't help that the film does not look funny at all. I also really do love Issa Rae, but she doesn't even really look like she's going to make me laugh here. And especially the interaction she has with the little version of her, it just looks obnoxious. I mean, there are so many points in this trailer that just absolutely make me cringe, especially the stuff involving, I almost said Justin Theroux. It's not Justin Theroux. It's Justin Hartley.
Justin Theroux's in Little? I didn't know that. Damn, what a turn for him.
I'm sorry. I'm used to talking about Justin Theroux, so I guess I'm I'm used to saying his name, but Justin Hartley, the interactions that she has with him look so forced, look so obnoxious, and I can't stand it at all. The worst scene in the trailer, though, without a doubt, is that fucking fight they have at the end. Look, every single time I see that trailer, two things happen when I see that trailer in theaters. One, that trailer makes me absolutely cringe when we get to that scene. Two, my theater just laughs their asses off at that scene. It doesn't matter if the rest of the trailer makes them laugh, but they find that fighting scene just so funny. And look, maybe for some people it is very funny, but to me, it looks terrible. Everything about it just looks terrible. I am absolutely dreading the fuck out of this movie. And honestly, this is what I'll close out with. You know, a movie, when you have a movie and the screenwriter of your movie is a fucking 12-year-old, the same 12-year-old that's one of the stars of this movie, you got a problem there.
Wait, what?
Yeah, one of the screenwriters and the producer, she actually, like the little girl, she actually is one of the ideas behind this movie.
I mean, hey, you gotta appreciate the hustle, but damn.
Yeah, it was all her. She was the idea behind this film, and when you have things like that, that's when you know a movie is just absolutely doomed. That's really all I have to say. I am absolutely dreading this. I really don't want to go on any longer, but again, this is just one of those trailers where wherever I see it, whenever I just hear just the slightest mention of it, I wince a little bit. I really do. This is easily my least anticipated of the entire year, and I am dreading when this film comes out. There's a lot of films I'm not looking forward to on April 12th. This is easily the worst of them for sure. Caden.
Wait, I thought. Oh, sorry.
Idiot.
I have never heard of this film.
Good.
Until Kevin sent me the list for the movie preview. And I didn't watch the trailer because I know that this is probably disrespectful to the people who made this film, but I read the plot and I already know I don't want to see this movie.
Yeah.
This idea has been done. Obviously, it's a little bit reversed, but like this idea, like it's just like, come on, we've had we have like Shazam coming out. It's like just like, I don't know. It's just it doesn't sound interesting and just I don't have anything to say. I don't want to see this because from what I've read, it does not sound interesting.
Yeah, the wise decision. I make fun of you a lot for not watching trailers, but this is one of the times where it's a wise decision for sure. But go ahead, Tony.
Yeah. So, while I will say I'm not dreading it like Kevin is, I'm just not feeling it. Nothing really has made me laugh in the trailer, to be honest. So, I do like Regina Hall. I do like the other cast. The girl, Marsha Martin's actually from Blackish, which is a show I really enjoy watching. I really think she's really funny in that show. But in this movie, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I don't really have a lot to say. I hope the movie is not too bad. Hopefully, it could be somewhat of a surprise. But, it's like what Caden said. We already have big Shazam, which is like the superhero big. That is already going to come out very soon. So it's like there's no real point of little to come out. But here we are. So yeah, just there.
All right. So if you somehow are looking forward to Little, which I'm sure there's an audience out there, there are people in my theater that laugh at this trailer. I don't understand it, especially the line at the end when the dude's like, "Oh, that reminds me of what my mom did to me." Like when she's like hurting her and shit. Everyone thinks it's like the funniest thing ever. I think it's like disturbing as hell. But if you are excited for it, it comes out on April 12th. Go see it. Have a great time, I guess. But the next movie we're talking about is a movie that thankfully not a lot of people know about. And I wish I didn't know about it. And I don't think Caden knows too much about it either. But similar to Little, I think this is a film that he's probably going to actively try to boycott once he finds out what this is. So go ahead, Caden.
After.
Deep question. Who is Hardin Scott?
I think that it's better if we keep our distance.
Welcome to my favorite place.
Thought that you just wanted to be friends.
I don't think we can ever be just friends.
Cause I just wanna look.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know what this movie is. I'm gonna look at it quickly.
Yeah. So.
Oh boy, that poster.
Yeah.
A young woman falls for a guy with a dart. Okay, yeah, I don't want to see this movie. This sounds awful.
Did I not call it? Did I not call it?
Isn't there like a Netflix show like this that's really popular right now?
I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah.
I think you're thinking of the show You, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the aquarium stuff looks cool, but like, I mean, literally, like, okay, so here's what I'm seeing right now in the photos. They're in an aquarium. They're gonna have sex. They look like they're in a diner from Twin Peaks. And the guy is shirtless a lot, and he has tattoos. And the girl, I mean, yeah, I guess she's kind of pretty. That's all I have to say. I gotta say this right now. Obviously, I gotta see the trailer before I can actually judge if it looks good or not. But this poster is fucking awful. So yeah, that's all I have to say. So
yeah, I'll just say this. Wattpad. That's all you need to know. It's a Wattpad movie. Yes, this is a film that is based off a fucking story from Wattpad. Do you know what other movie was based off a story from Wattpad last year? Well, that would be The Kissing Booth. So that alone should tell you the kind of movie you're trying to get here.
One of the best movies of last year.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Love it so much. So happy that Joey King won that Kids' Choice Award. That was a personal victory on my part for sure. But in all seriousness, guys, look, just from the trailer alone, just when I first heard about it, I knew for a fact I was going to dread the fuck out of this movie. I thought we were done with these 50 Shades of Grey type movies, but no, it seems like we're going to get yet another franchise just like that. I'm absolutely dreading it. I don't know why this is a thing. I don't know why Wattpad stories, which are literally stories that are made by like horny teen girls that just want to pass the time. I don't know why we see that as like a credible source for making screenplays and adapting them off of, but here we are. I mean, the fact that this movie doesn't even have a proper website, it's literally, the website is the Wattpad itself, I think is hilarious. But that alone, I mean, from what I've gathered, this is just a film about this couple. It's very complicated, and they like to have sex, and that's kind of it. So, yeah, I'm dreading it. I don't have much else to say. I don't know why it's a thing, and fuck, quite literally, because there's probably going to be a lot of that in this movie.
Yeah.
Next movie.
No, I was gonna say, all I'm gonna say is I have never heard this movie, but I think it was you that brought to my attention, right, yep. Kevin? I think it was either you or Jackson that brought to my attention. And Kevin told me about this trailer. He's like, dude, you have to see this trailer. It's so bad. It's so like, oh my God. And then I said, okay, I'll see what it is. It can't be that bad. And then I saw the trailer, and I'm all like, well, fuck, I guess it is that bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like another 50 Shades ripoff, you know, like I thought we were past this after the 50 Shades trilogy ended, but I guess not. And that's all I have to say. It looks like shit.
Oh yeah, I should also mention that the original story of After was actually a fucking fanfic for One Direction. So yeah, that should tell you what kind of movie we're getting here. So yeah, absolutely dreading this. It comes out on April 12th. You're not going to see it anyway, but yeah, there you go. After. So excited. Movie of the year for sure. But all right. So now we get to the next movie. After those two horrific films, we have a film here that really doesn't look all that bad, actually, that Tony here's going to introduce.
It's almost as if you could feel her smell.
Oh my God.
Wait, no, it should be, you can almost smell her smell.
Yes, Caden. Her smell.
Yes.
I always flirt with death. I look ill, but I don't care about it. I always you something. She's a woman. She's a user. Her mother, she's a deadbeat, a person, a persona.
Okay, so yeah, I saw this trailer. This is one of those trailers I saw with Kevin on Rabbit, in preparation for the movie preview. And it looks fine. Nothing really of interest for me. Doesn't look anything terrible at the same time, but not really something that interests me. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, no, honestly, I've heard good things about this movie. I've heard really good things, actually, and you got a really great cast here, but the trailer itself didn't really do too much for me. It looks just like any generic, like, she's a pop star and this is her complicated life and things like that. I really like Elizabeth Moss. I like Cara Delevingne. I like Dan Stevens. Really great cast overall. There's one person in here that I really don't want to acknowledge right now, but other than that, it looks fine. It's a movie. I'm gonna see it, and hopefully it's good. That's all I really have to say. I kind of forgot about this trailer, honestly.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I've heard a little bit about this movie. I think the cast is really good.
Not one of them.
Who specifically are you talking about? Just say it.
Amber Heard.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, besides that,
that's why I didn't acknowledge her. I want to pretend I don't want to acknowledge her existence.
I mean, hey, we've had
now
kind
you
of
did.
similar to this, like in plot. So hopefully it offers something unique. So, yep.
All right, so Her Smell, not much to say about it. It comes out on April 12th. So now we get to another film that, oh God, I mean, just this week in general, it's a terrible week, honestly. There's so many movies coming out in this week that I am just absolutely dreading. This isn't on April 12th. It is on April 17th, though, and it's the first movie to kick off the Disney-Fox merger, and what better way to start it off than with a film that just looks absolutely incredible, and that, of course, is Breakthrough.
This is our town. It's a close-knit community, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone.
Hi, Miss J.
Hey, how are you girls? And we're always there for each other.
Nice sermon, Pastor.
What do you guys have on for the rest of the day?
Well, John has a basketball game.
Yeah, I've seen this guy hoop it up around here. This kid is so lit.
Text your mom tomorrow and tell her when and where to pick you up. And don't do anything stupid.
Love you guys.
Boys, get off the ice!
We're training for the Olympics, sir.
Cindy.
Okay, look, I know that there definitely are people that really are probably going to support this film. It's cool that we do have a mainstream film that's like religious and things like that. But everything about this film just looks like a rejected Lifetime movie. Everything about it does. It looks so over the top. It looks so dumb. I'll just say right now, I've seen, This Is Us before. I do think it is a really good show, but I really don't think Chrissy Metz is a very good actress. I think she's way too over the top. I think she's just really tends to overact a lot, and I'm just not a fan of her at all. And this film does not seem to change my thoughts, honestly. It seems like she's going to be even more overly ridiculous in this film. Just the plot in general, I think, is so stupid. Every single time it starts off and it's all happy and then they fall through the ice, I have to stifle my laughter because it comes out of nowhere. It's so poorly done, and that's just what this movie looks like. It looks like a film that's trying so hard to manipulate your emotions. I will say it's cool to see Topher Grace in another movie. I don't know what the fuck he's doing here, but he does not look that bad here. Other than that, though, this looks really dumb. This is one of those trailers that's similar to Little. Every single time it plays, I'm like, God help me. And yeah, I am absolutely dreading this. This looks so dumb. And Caden, I'm underwater. Biggest missed opportunity is when we saw that trailer in theaters, I did not turn to you and say that.
So yeah, I was actually doing this stuff. So when me and Kevin met in person, we saw Vice together, and this was one of the trailers during it.
Oh, no.
And I remember I turned to him and I'm like, this looks okay. And then the son dies.
Well, in a coma, at least.
Whatever the fuck happened to him, I don't remember.
Yes.
From what he was playing on ice or whatever. I don't fucking remember. All I know is he
falls to the ice because he's being an idiot.
And then the rest of the people already know that personally I'm not a religious person at all. I'm spiritual in a way, but I'm just personally, religion is not for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into it because I know I can offend people, but that's just my stance. No. And so these are not the films made for me. So, I mean, I don't think it looks absolutely awful, but
sure about
parts of it in the trailer just were Jesus Christ. I don't know, dude. I feel like if I saw this film, I would be bored to tears.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. We already know how the movie's gonna end, so it's goddamn.
Either he's gonna die or he lives. That's how it ends.
He's probably gonna live, and
yeah,
because God saved him.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. These are just not meant for me. These movies aren't made for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it doesn't look, I guess, absolutely terrible like some other ones have looked, but I mean, So yeah.
All right.
You also forgot to mention the fact that the guy that does the Allstate commercials for some reason plays the doctor in this.
And fucking Luke Cage for some reason is in here.
Great cast.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, great casting choices right there. But yeah, I think I'm more on Caden's boat where I'm more on the side than I am on the oh my god, this movie Kevin said right here.
I mean, if you've seen the trailer as much as I have, you can understand.
Oh dude, trust me. I probably haven't gotten them as much as you did, but I have gotten that trailer a lot though. But yeah, once that son goes into a coma, it is kind of like a what the fuck situation.
Yeah.
And even on watches, like in the theater, I still just go, what the fuck? I still react to that every time. Yeah, I can like these religious movies when they're done right. Hell, last year we had I Can Only Imagine. I think that's that's a really well done, spiritual kind of religious movie. And I think it is cool that a bigger studio's in charge of this. I believe this is from 20th Century Fox, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like I said, it's the first.
Gonna be the first movie.
It's the first
Disney.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then there is that too. So yeah, that is.
Start off.
So yeah, it's not Pure Flix or anything like that. It is 20th Century Fox doing this. So yeah, it's pretty cool right there. But the movie itself, it just looks I hope it'll be, somehow good. But right now, the trailer, on a marketing standpoint, is just we'll see. It's a thing.
All right. So Breakthrough, if you're looking forward to it, it comes out April 17th. It's whatever. Speaking of movies that are whatever, we get to a film that I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about this at all. But Mr. Penguin here insists that we talk about it. And unfortunately, he's going to introduce it. So just have at it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no.
Boys and girls. Children of all ages. It is time to talk about penguins. Everyone, stand up right now for the penguins. All right,
I'm turning my camera off.
We have.
Oh, you said
finally got to the month of the penguins. Okay, look, people don't know I am a penguin, so I am already going to be excited for this movie. But Disney Nature is the greatest movie studio working today, and this fucking movie is going to make $3 billion. It is going to make over $300 million opening weekend. You will not be able to get a seat for this movie. Everyone's going to be seeing it because penguins are the most beautiful creatures on earth, and this movie looks like a fucking masterpiece. Look, Steve is the greatest character ever written, okay? He looks like he gets it, the father issues and stuff. take care of his kids, and Steve is gonna, just have to fight for the adversity. It's gonna be so inspiring, and I'm gonna cry multiple times. The cinematography looks so breathtaking and so creative, and we've never seen it before. It's gonna look beautiful on IMAX. It's an IMAX. I'm fucking hyped. I get to hear the beautiful penguin noise. It's not possible. It's gonna be fucking beautiful. I mean, just look, penguins. This movie is going to change everyone's life, and I mean it. Okay, I mean it. I'm so hyped. This is my most anticipated movie of all time. Fuck It Chapter 2. Fuck both It movies. Fuck Endgame.
Fuck Batman v Superman.
Yeah, fuck BVS, alright? This movie is the movie I've been waiting for my entire life.
Caden, Superman's gonna reveal Batman's identity.
Fuck yeah. Now, I believe my whole life in this movie. Penguins! And I'll say, no, fuck you, Kevin.
All right, now those theatrics are over. Look.
How dare? Oh my God! Here we go. We got my boy Adam.
Guys, I love penguins.
Penguins are beautiful creatures.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
I love penguins. I want to fuck a penguin up the ass.
They're so fucking sexy.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you, Adam, for coming in to defend me and the most beautiful creatures to ever live, both fucking penguins.
This is Uncle Drew all over again, except I'm not dreading this movie. The only reason I'd be dreading is because this one won't shut the fuck up about it. Look, in all seriousness, guys, there are certain types of documentaries I like, and unfortunately, this is not one of them. Nature documentaries, they just don't tend to appeal to me. I find them rather boring. They all kind of end up as kind of falling into the same category for me. I'll probably see it just as a movie to pass the time, but I haven't watched really any other Disney nature stuff. It doesn't really interest me. And yeah, it's a thing. Dane DeHaan narrating is a very interesting choice. I can't wait to hear his narration throughout the whole movie. Look at the penguins swim. Look at the penguins waddle around. Look at the penguins on the ice. But other than that, it's the thing. I guess I'm gonna see it because this one's gonna force me to, and yeah, I don't really care. It's a thing. I mean, I literally would not be talking about this if Caden wasn't here, but yeah.
I actually fucking hate you.
I don't talk about documentaries a lot unless there's one that really appeals to me. And this is not
Oh God! Are gonna be the most beautiful things in the world, and this documentary is gonna make my dick hard.
Oh God! Oh no!
Anyways, here we go. We need to hear Tony's thoughts on this.
What are you about to do?
Oh my God!
Tony can't talk about his thoughts. He had to go somewhere. But I figured I'd give my own thoughts on my own movie. I think it looks great. I think it looks fantastic. I think it looks like the best thing ever. I can't wait to see myself on the big screen and slide on the...
Okay, enough of that. You're muted, by the way, Tony.
So that's all I want to add. I want to go see penguins.
Guys, we gotta sing a song. Penguins are sexy.
Penguins are
so sexy. Penguins are so sexy. I love you.
You're sexy. I love to see I'm a happy penguin. Oh yeah, penguins for real, fuckers.
Are you done?
Penguins!
All right.
Penguins!
If you care about
penguins.
If you care about this movie,
penguins.
Everyone cares about it except for you.
If you care about this movie, you want to
penguins,
don't support it. I guess it's a movie. It's coming out. The trailer for me is kind of like laughably stupid, but it's
fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, guys, so the next movie that's coming out is
wow. This is the June movie preview all over.
Hey everyone, it's Kevin again, and today we're going to be talking about penguins, and I love penguins, they're so beautiful!
I didn't even review documentaries back then. I still don't.
Wow.
But it's coming out, I guess. See it. I don't really care. But all right. So those are all the movies coming out on April 17th. What a fucking awful week for movies all around.
Fuck you.
Especially when it comes
Fuck
to
you for me and my penguin.
Oh, yes. But honestly, I wish I could say things look better, but sadly, no. The next movie we're talking about also kind of looks like shit on April 19th. I know Tony here is very excited to talk about it.
All right, I am back now. Sorry about that. Had to take care of something. Thank you, Penguin, for talking about Penguin.
Oh yeah,
for me.
Thing.
But yeah, the next one I'm gonna be talking about. You could say it's spreading a curse on Kevin. The curse of La Llorona.
Father, can you help us?
The church works with people who specialize in situations like this.
It's La Llorona.
Is she coming?
She's already here.
What do we do?
Yeah, so funny enough, I didn't really even see the trailers at all online or anything. I was just like, pass. I don't really care too much to click on the link. So I've literally only seen the teaser trailer once in the theater, and I've only seen the full trailer once in the theater, and that was when I went to go see Us recently. But based on the one time I've seen both those, the teaser and the full trailer, yeah, this doesn't look very good. Yeah, the acting doesn't look really good. The style of it, there doesn't seem to be much of a style to the movie either.
I was gonna say
it just looks very generic in my opinion. And I hear somehow, somewhat, it's in the Conjuring universe, but they're keeping it a secret and all that. So it's like very confusing in that form too. So
they confirmed it is. They confirmed it is.
Oh, it is. Well, see, there you go. Yeah, I really don't care too much for this movie, so that's all I have to really say about it.
Oh man, look, I really love the Conjuring films. Not The Nun. I think The Nun is all right, and Annabelle can go suck a dick. But the other films, on the other hand, I really do enjoy a lot. I think they're very creative. I think that they get into a lot of very interesting sort of like paranormal stuff, which definitely interests me for sure. And so I hear about this movie, and again, naturally, since it's a Conjuring film, I am sort of interested. The second that teaser came out, though, I was so down on this movie. And the second trailer made me like it even less. And I can honestly say I am dreading this movie. This is the definition of just a generic horror film to me. It looks like it's just riddled with jump scares. It has basically nothing else to offer but that. Linda Cardellini, I'm sure, is going to be very good here. She's good in basically everything. So I'm sure she's at least going to give a good performance. But other than that, everything about this just looks so forced. The jump scares here, none of them are scary. And honestly, people were talking about how predictable and dumb The Nun is. Honestly, I feel like this is giving The Nun a run for its money. And keep in mind, I didn't even dislike The Nun. I mean, I dislike The Nun, but I didn't even hate The Nun or anything. But I didn't think it was scary at all.
I hated it.
What?
Oh, I said I hated it.
Well, I didn't. It's, again, honestly, if we continue to go down the trajectory that we are, I could honestly see these becoming sort of like the Star Wars prequels, where they're just films that are coming out to hold over until you have the next movie. We're all looking forward to The Conjuring 3, but we have these ridiculous side entries that are just nothing. And I don't even know why this one's a thing. I have no idea where it's connected to the Conjuring universe. I don't even recall seeing this character in any of the movies or anything like that. But either way, it doesn't look good at all. It looks pretty bad, honestly. I definitely agree with Tony. It doesn't really seem like it has any style whatsoever. And look, I can at least give The Nun this. It did have some sort of a style. This definitely seemed like it is very much lacking one. And just in general, I am absolutely dreading this. There are a lot of good horror movies that are coming out specifically this year. This is the kind, though, that I really wish we would see less of, because I'm definitely dreading this one. The one thing I will say about this film that has me sort of curious is that the director of this is the same director as Conjuring 3. So I'm hoping at least it's directed well, because if it's not, then I'm very concerned for Conjuring 3 and things like that.
I know absolutely nothing about this movie. And to be honest, I mean, from what I've been hearing from everyone, it's like, I mean, like, maybe I'll check it out. I mean, in case people don't know, I've barely seen any of the Conjuring movies. I've seen the first Conjuring film. I've seen Annabelle Creation. I really don't like The Conjuring. Let's be fair. I've seen it once. It was in 2016 at a sleepover, and then Annabelle Creation I thought was great. But I mean, I don't know. These films don't interest me that much besides the Annabelle ones, to be honest. I know we have Annabelle Comes Home this year, so that should be interesting. But like this one, I've heard nothing really about it besides it looking bad. So I mean, I don't know nothing about it anyway, so I don't have much to say about it. But hopefully that does end up being, I guess, good. I know it wasn't at South by Southwest.
It was, surprisingly, and it got like kind of mixed reviews.
Well, hopefully if I end up seeing it, I like it. So that's all I'm saying.
But overall, Curse of La Llorona, if you're excited for it, it does come out on April 19th. I really don't hear too many people talking about this film, but it's a thing. I guess see it. I don't really care, honestly. But speaking of movies I don't care about, we go into the next movie here, which honestly, I don't have much to say at all. And that is, of course, a film that somehow doesn't star Vin Diesel, but it is Family.
I think it's so impressive how quickly you rose to SVP. How did you do it? By working my ass off nonstop. You're not here to make friends and do not get pregnant. Oh. Hey, girl. Your brother called. But he needs you to go to his house later.
We need you to watch Maddie.
I'm sorry, who?
Your niece?
I'd like you to fill out an order form for her to be in the proper attire.
You know, I just really don't want to. I know, middle school is really the worst.
But then everything got better and you're fine now?
No, I'm usually in this place where I hate myself, but I still think that I'm better than everybody else, you know?
If you're staying long, some of the moms get together, do a Wednesday night potluck. Okay.
All right, so Family overall. I'm going to be honest with you. I watched this trailer with Tony and a couple others, and I don't remember it. I really don't. I remember Taylor Schilling was in it. I remember it looking kind of bad. I remember it being a really long trailer with a lot of humor that just didn't, land for me at all. And that's kind of it. I have like nothing to say. It's a film. Taylor Schilling's a good actress, but I literally don't remember this trailer at all. That's it.
Who's in this movie?
Taylor Schilling.
Okay, hang on. Okay.
Although we just have nothing to say.
I literally have never heard of this movie before. I'm completely serious. Here it is.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Okay, Kate Stone is career forced and enjoys her life that way. Her brash attitude. Oh my god, that's so long. Okay, here we go. The most she said on tried is bond with her 13-year-old niece, but with something to do for her run away home and become a juggalo. Okay. Okay. I mean, I've never heard of this movie, so I guess that's all I have to say. So
yeah. So you have not only Taylor Schilling, but you have Kate McKinnon and Brian Tyree Henry in here.
Oh yeah, sure.
And yeah, I'm pretty much on that boat. I don't really remember the trailer because the movie just does not. It doesn't look really interesting. It doesn't really look anything all that new either. It's just like it's a movie. It's coming out. Maybe I'll watch it, but yeah.
A lot of movies coming out this month.
I know. I feel bad for some of these movies. I have really not a lot to say, but just because they're just not really offering me a lot to say, you know what I mean?
Not a lot to contribute. We have a lot of movies to talk about here, and only so many of them can stick out. But
I'm trying. I promise I'm trying here, folks.
Yeah, no, same. I mean, I'm trying to, but it's becoming a struggle for sure. But if you're looking forward to Family, it does come out on April 19th. Again, maybe it'd be better if Vin Diesel was there, but hey, unfortunately, they couldn't get him. Next film, on the other hand, though, I am actually looking forward to, surprisingly. I know it's been a long time since I've actually talked about a film I'm excited for, but this is one that I do think looks legitimately really good. However, unfortunately, I'm not the one introducing this one. It is Mr. Penguin Lover over here that's introducing this.
And that is Penguins Part 2. I'm joking.
No, it's not.
No. Little Woods.
You ever think about leaving? You're so close. Please stay out of trouble.
What if I lost my insurance? The pregnancy and birth is going to be about 8,000 or 9,000. Closest place for an abortion, she said. Where is it? Hundreds of miles away.
I'm sorry. It's been a rough time for a lot of people.
Trust me, if you sell the house, you'd pay us to keep it.
Where are you going to get the money, Ollie?
I'll figure something out. You said if I wanted back in to come see you, so you could move, say, 500 pills?
500 pills.
Every day I'm with Mom and she's dying, and all I can do is get her some medication so it hurts less.
You got something?
Yeah, Oxy. 12 a pill, but 10 for you. It's not what I wanted, all right? It just kind of turned into this.
This actually sounds really interesting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson is actually becoming one of my favorite actresses. Like, I really, really like her.
Oh, yeah.
And, the rest of the cast sounds pretty good, and looks really good. And, yeah, it just sounds really interesting, and I'm hoping that it's good. So, yeet.
Yeah, same with you. This is one that I've been interested in for a while. Ever since I heard that Tessa Thompson and Lily James were both in it, it definitely did intrigue me. And the trailer absolutely did not let me down. This looks like a really well done, sort of quiet film about these like two sisters and them trying to pay back their mortgage and things like that, and trying to make the best of like their mother dying. And it sounds like a very interesting premise for sure. I'm right there with Kate and Tessa Thompson. Ever since I'd say Thor Ragnarok, she's quickly becoming, I think, one of my favorite actresses right now. Pretty much everything I see her in, I just adore from her. I think she is such a talented actress, and I think even in a small role, I mean, she can really stick out a lot. Look at like Westworld season 1, for example. That wasn't even that big of a role, but she did some amazing work, and they gave her even more to do in season 2. So that alone makes me really excited. And Lily James as well, I think, is a very fantastic actress. But the plot of this, again, it sounds really interesting. It's a very sort of simplistic thing, but the trailer makes it seem like it's going to have some very sort of complex themes to it. It's definitely one that I'm interested in for sure. And again, there's not a lot of movies on here that I'm all that excited for. This is actually one that I am genuinely excited for. So definitely interested in this one.
Yeah, just like with some of these movies, I haven't heard of them until this movie preview, but I'm definitely glad it's brought to my attention now because I really want to see it now.
Yeah.
Both Tessa Thompson and Lily James, both of them have been they're quickly becoming some of my favorite actresses now.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Both of them, they really know how to act. They really know how to stand out. And this looks like it's going to be no different. So to see the two of them actually be in the movie together, it just looks very interesting. I know James Badgedale is also in this movie too, which is really cool. And I just think the story looks really interesting about these two sisters. It looks like it's going to be one of those quiet, I guess, kind of Western little movies. And that definitely appeals to me a lot. And I just really want to see it. It has definitely caught my attention.
All right, so Little Woods, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out on April 19th. Surprisingly, this is a film that we can actually say good things about. But that's where it ends for a little bit, because now we get to a film that I've also already seen. So I don't really have anything to add. And thankfully, I'm not the one introducing it. Tony here is introducing it.
But Kevin, what's that? What's that under you? Is that a Silver Lake? Under the Silver Lake.
You ask me if come on in. When I broke time,
I saw you spying on me earlier.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
Good.
Who moves out in the middle of the night?
Nothing strange about it. She wanted to leave. How does that not make sense?
I don't understand why she didn't tell me.
Maybe she didn't like you. Maybe she knows you're poor and haven't paid your rent.
So, yeah, Under the Silver Lake, I've already said my thoughts on this. I said it on my channel, funny enough, I think a year ago, almost a year, when we were doing that summer video, Kevin. I think you remember that. And I think I've said it maybe, I think another time on your channel. I don't remember, but I know I've said my thoughts at this point. I'm still to this day not looking forward to this movie. It's just not grabbing me. You know, I love Andrew Garfield, you know, and, you know, cinematography looks good, but man, the story has not been hooking me. It's been like that since the day this trailer dropped. Pretty much a year later now, that still hasn't changed. I'm still not looking forward to this movie at all. I hope it is good once I do see it, but yeah, even a year later, nothing has still hooked me. I genuinely do not think it looks interesting at all.
Now, like I said, I know I've already seen this film before, but I've said it in my review, and I'll say it again. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on the review, just check it out. It's actually the first movie I reviewed this year. Spoiler alert, I'm not a fan of it. I really was not too big in it at all, but I have heard that they are trying to improve the theatrical cut. They're trying to change some things up. So if I hear that there's like another cut out there, I will seek it out, because, you know, if that's like the official cut or something, I will try to seek it out as much as I can. But again, I've already seen it. Not a fan. That's kind of it. So go ahead, Caden.
So, you know, first of all, from the trailer, I thought this looked fantastic. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I was not a fan of It Follows. So obviously this is a very different film from that. Clearly it's going to be, you know, when I eventually see it. But, you know, it was just interesting because I was like, okay, you know, I'm really interested in seeing this. And, you know, I like Andrew Garfield and stuff. So yeah, I was interested in seeing it. And the cast looked good. And, you know, just look at good things behind it. And then I don't know what happened. It just like, A24 just like really hasn't put much effort into it. Really, it leaked online, and it was just like, is it even going to come out anymore? And I mean, is it coming out in theaters, or is it going to like how's it coming out? Like,
I honestly don't know. It just says it's coming out April 19th.
And that's the thing, because it still says A24's website April 19th. So it's like, is it coming out on VOD? Like, how's it going to go down?
I'm not sure. I mean, at this point, it would probably be smart for them to just put it on VOD, since, you know, it's already online and shit. But I don't know.
I don't know. This is just kind of sad because, like, I've heard some good things about this film. So, you know, people know me. I don't like watching stuff on like the websites where you can like watch like, you know, torrents or wherever. That's just not me. I like to rent stuff. So hopefully, if this does come to VOD or it does go to theaters, because I really want to see it. So, yeah, that's that. But I'll just have to say I'm really disappointed in the rollout for this film and what happened with it, because I don't know. There was a lot of hype behind it, and obviously, with the people who have seen the film online, they said it's pretty good. But you know, it does deserve a theatrical release. So
yeah, no, definitely. As much as I don't enjoy it, I have a lot of friends that do, and it's unfortunate that they weren't able to experience the film in theaters and things like that. So
I'm confused. Are they trying to like make a different cut of the movie? Like,
so from what I understand, they said like because the film was sort of, you know, had mixed reception and things like that, they're trying to like tweak a few things. Like they're taking criticisms to heart. Like they were using the you know, the whole it being leaked online as sort of like a way to edit the film down and things like that. Maybe they're going to add some things in there. I don't know, but from what I heard, they said they're going to try to change things up a little bit, which is interesting.
That's so fucking stupid. That's why you have test audiences.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is just disappointing. This whole film, the way it's been done. So, yeah.
But yeah, if you're excited for Under the Silver Lake, we think it's coming out on April 19th. Hopefully, it doesn't get moved again, because I don't want to talk about this movie anymore since I already reviewed it. But yeah, so it's coming out then. Now we get to a film that I legitimately don't want to talk about, but it's coming out, and it has one of the best trailers of all time. I think Tony will definitely agree with me, and that, of course, is Drunk Parents.
Wow.
Look at our college girl.
We're just a phone call away.
I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything.
Can I help you? I'm just doing my job. I just need a little more time. If I were you, find a way to put some loot in my suit, sell some crap, round and back. Finally a break. Hello? He owes you money? I'm his butler, not his accountant. That was MasterCard. I'm going to Nigel's for a minute.
Have you lost your mind?
It's worth $800.
You're supposed to be looking after his property. What's next? Rent it out?
Rent out his house? Rent out Nigel's house? That's insane.
There was a rental ad for this house on Craigslist.
6 months in advance. I think he was sent from God.
As a new neighbor, I'm legally required to tell you that I'm a registered sex offender.
Come again?
Wow, really?
So, Drunk Parents. This is a film that I literally had no idea what it was. And then I saw all of these links. That's like, this is literally one of the worst trailers ever made. Like, the music was overpowering it and things like that. And I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad. But I'm watching the trailer, and yeah, I mean, it is so terribly edited. There are so many instances in this trailer where, like, Alec Baldwin and Salma Hayek, they're like saying things, but you can't really make out what they're saying because the music is just overpowering them. And look, I don't know if that's a reflection on the movie overall, but it is some of the worst editing I have seen in a trailer in a very long time for sure. I don't know how this got approved. I don't know who did like the sound editing and things like that, but honestly, they probably should be fired because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But as the movie itself, I mean, I guess it looks pretty bad, honestly. I mean, Alec Baldwin and Salma Hayek, I like both of them, but they really don't seem like they have anything to do in this movie. I'm not a fan of them at all, and I mean, I'm a fan of them, but I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing in here at all. It looks really dumb. It looks like a comedy that just looks very disposable, and yeah, I mean, the movie itself doesn't look nearly as bad as that trailer, but like, again, I figured we'd talk about it because it's like one of the worst trailers ever. And yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say.
I haven't really heard much about this one, so I don't really have anything to say, but yeah.
Tony.
And no, sorry, I got a message right now. Yeah, so I saw a trailer with Kevin because I've heard about the movie for a while, like for the past couple of months, but I have never actually seen the trailer. But yeah, oh my God, the music. I don't think I've ever seen the trailer where the music overpowers the actors talking before. Like I've seen some that have like really choppy editing, but as far as like music overpowering like the actors talking, like holy crap. I don't know if the movie's like that, or I don't know if it's just whoever's in charge of the marketing, but wow, really bad. And not just that, but the editing in the trailer is just so all over the place. And the storyline itself just looks really stupid. It's called Drunk Parents, yet there's not really a scene at least where they're drunk, like where Alec Baldwin or Salma Hayek are drunk. So why the hell is it called Drunk Parents? It just doesn't really make any sense. And yeah, I agree. It looks bad. Like, I just gotta be honest, it looks really bad. And I don't know if the movie itself is gonna be badly edited. Maybe the editing is better than the actual movie, but my God, the trailer, yeah, it was just not selling me at all. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can I also say Ben Platt is in this movie, and I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but coming off of Dear Evan Hansen, this is definitely very disappointing to see. But if you are somehow looking forward to Drunk Parents, it comes out on fucking April 19th. I guess check it out. I mean, I don't really hear any people talk about this movie besides the trailer, but it's coming out, and yeah. So we have the next film here, and look, there's a lot of films on this list that we've talked about, and, we know what they are, but this one, I don't think legitimately anyone has heard. It's a very small film for sure, and who better to introduce the film? In all seriousness, guys, there's really no film on this list, I think, that is as big as this one. There's not really a movie coming out this year that's as big as this one. And considering, MCU conversation and things like that, it would be an absolute disgrace to not have this person introduce this film. So Gary Rucker is here to introduce a very anticipated film. So go ahead, Gary.
That is Avengers Endgame.
The world has changed. None of us can go back. All we can do is our best. And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over.
saw all these people die. I keep telling everybody they should move on. Some do, but not us.
Okay. Well, if you saw for those of you who watched the MCU conversation, you know, this is kind of the like the series finale, kind of, even though it's kind of, you know, there's movies coming up after this to the first half of the MCU, or if you want to call it the Infinity Saga. Yeah, as you can tell, this is probably, I'm guessing just for all of us, this is probably our most anticipated movie of the month.
Oh, absolutely.
Nope, Penguins, fuck you.
Fuck off.
Well,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I was gonna say, well, second favorite for Katie.
Yeah.
But yeah. You guys don't know, Love Infinity War. It was
Oh, no, I thought you hated it. Are you kidding me?
And you know, Kevin, I thought you hated You Were Never Really Here because it wasn't that great of a movie.
Well, you know what? That was a year ago, and I fucking adored that movie, and I like it more than Infinity War, and all of you can go fuck yourself, even though Tony and Caden haven't seen it.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was my favorite film of the last year. I adore it. The more I watch it, the more it's starting to become one of my favorite movies of all time now. That movie emotionally impacted me on a level that it's one of the rare superhero movies where I can call it a masterpiece for me. Like it's right up there with Logan, Spider-Man 2, and of course The Dark Knight on that level for me. And the trailer, like, of course, the trailer only shows the clips they're going to be like the first 15 to 20 minutes of the movie. But from what we see from the trailers, fucking hyped.
Yeah.
I love you. Just from the looks of the trailers, you already tell that shit's gonna go down. The cast, because obviously I think obviously they're gonna focus a lot more on the people that are alive. Like they're gonna focus a lot on their Cap, on Iron Man, on Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye. Because honestly, you know, Hawkeye. Something tells me they're at the first scene in the movie is probably his family disappears.
Yeah,
and that's where he's gonna become, you know, insane like that. And also, you get Captain Marvel coming off of her movie, which is a big success. And even though Kevin, even though we have like our differences on the movie, maybe she might be better in this movie.
Oh, I'm sure she will be. No question.
Yeah. And also, I just love the feel of the movie, and like it seems like even though we kind of know it's probably gonna be just like, even though it's probably gonna be like a superhero, it can be probably not only, it's probably gonna be the darkest MCU movie we have to do, and not only that, it's gonna be an emotional roller coaster because we know that some people aren't gonna come out of this alive.
Yep.
Yeah, and even though we already know the people that have died, most of them are coming back. You just kind of ask the question, well, how are they gonna get them back, though?
Yeah.
And I know we all heard the movie's about 3 hours long, and honestly, I'm glad it is, because usually I don't mind 3-hour movies as long as it interests me. Like, say,
especially ones that aren't Blade Runner 2049.
Dude, Blade Runner, like Blade Runner 2049, King Kong, and Lord of the Rings, all of them, for example, are like movies that are about like almost 3 hours long, or are 3 hours long, that didn't bore me once. So I'm hoping that, honestly, I really hope this, like, let's say if I got to compare Lord of the Rings to the Avengers movies, like if I got to exclude Age of Ultron, like the first Avengers is like the Fellowship of the Ring, Infinity War is like Two Towers. Endgame might be their Return of the King. Oh, in that case, but yeah, I'm excited for this. I don't want to go on too long. To get to you guys, yeah, I'm hyped, and I really hope in the movie Ant-Man goes up Thanos' ass.
No,
and
no,
kills him.
no, no.
But yeah,
It's anal time.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm hyped. So yeah.
All right, so Avengers Endgame. What is there to be said about this film that hasn't been said already? I mean, I absolutely adore Infinity War. It's one of those films where, even though it is the length it is, it feels like an hour. They're always moving. There's so much that goes on in that film, so many highs and lows for the characters and things like that. So many top 10 MCU movies in that film, and just the risks that they took in that film, I think, are incredible for any sort of big budget franchise to do. Obviously, yeah, we know definitely a bunch of those characters are coming back, but just seeing these heroes in pain that, are always on top of things for the most part, seeing them actually lose, just the feeling of that, it's devastating to watch for sure. And especially leading into this film, it looks like, this is where shit's really going to go down. We've never quite seen the MCU this bleak before. We've never quite seen things this dire, and I am very excited to see where things end up going here. I love the marketing for this film. It's some of the best marketing to any film in recent, any big budget film in recent memory. I mean, the fact they've kept so much secret and have still shown so little, even with showing 2 trailers, is just remarkable to see. Both of those trailers have been incredible. The second one in particular, I was honestly on the verge of tears the first time I watched it. It is such a great trailer, so emotional, and it just seems like this is going to be everything that we want. It feels like the end for a lot of these characters. I love the fact that it is 3 hours long. There's so much they can dive into. That we just have not been able to cover in a Marvel film. There's so much ground they can cover in this film, and I'm really excited to see where they end up going with that. And again, I mean, sure, we have an inkling of what's going to happen, but we still don't know, like, thematically, what's actually going to happen in this film. There's still a lot of things that are unknown to us. There's still a lot of stuff that I think is definitely going to surprise us for sure, and I cannot be more excited for this. This is easily my most anticipated the entire year, without a doubt, most anticipated the entire month. And honestly, I'm just counting the days at this point. I cannot wait for those tickets to, maybe by the time this video is up, the tickets will be on sale. I'm not sure, but I cannot wait till the day those tickets are on sale. I cannot wait till it's April 25th, and I'm ready for it. It's definitely going to be a whirlwind of emotions for sure, but I think it's definitely going to be very deserving, and I cannot wait to see what they have in store here. I think definitely this is going to be unlike any other MCU film we've seen before, and that alone has me so excited. And I mean, obviously, I'm hyped for it. I mean, we have a whole podcast around and things like that, but I've gone on long enough, so go ahead, Caden.
So, as people know, I am the youngest person in this group. When we think about Kevin.
Oh, really? I thought you were like 45.
Shut the fuck up. So we got Kevin, Tony and Gary, and then we got Adam and Double Nine, and Jackson, Andrew Diego. It goes on and on. But I am the youngest. So I have the least arguably the least film experience out of us, because I still have a lot to to see, and my mind is still you're growing and stuff, and I know people are like, okay, I don't fucking care. No, this literally is extremely important into me explaining my thought, how I'm going to go into this film. So I need people to understand that I'm only 15. So a lot of the films that I grew up with, and I'm still growing up with, they mean, especially now this time, they still mean a lot to me as they did back then. So one of the core films that I watched that got me to this point was in 2008. I remember it was in the fall. It was around October-ish, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
September-ish. And I was in Target with my mom. And I remember it's so crazy. I literally remember it so vividly. I was walking down the movie aisle, and it was when it was near where the food section is now in Target. It's I don't know how I remember that, but I was walking down the aisle because when I was really young back then, like I was really, really into movies and stuff, and back then my mom had a tradition like every week I could every like week or two I could buy like a DVD and stuff, and that one time she's like, of course you can get something. So I was looking, and then like down below I saw the DVD for Iron Man. And I was like, oh, I want to get this. So my mom bought it for me. And literally, I think I've seen that film 30 times. I'm not lying. Like, I watched it every day for like a good like 2 week span. I remember in like 2009. Like, I used to watch the film constantly, and it's funny because I've gotten tube surgeries 2 times. And one of the times, I was really scared the second time. And no, it was I believe it was this. I forgot what time it was, but one of the times I was really, really scared. I was scared both times, but like one time I was really, really freaked out by it. I remember on the way there, I brought the DVD of Iron Man, and I watched it, helped me calm down, and then it helped me calm down after the surgery when I was coming home, and I was feeling kind of sick and stuff. And yeah, it was. I remember that film really changed my life, and I genuinely mean that because I've talked about it constantly. When I was like around that age until like I'd say like around like 10, like I was like such a crazy fucking kid, and I'd watch these like insane movies like like Iron Man and stuff. Like at the time they were like I shouldn't really have been watching them, but like I literally would like pretend to be like Tony Stark and then the suit and like. I love the action. I love that it was filmed, and I would at recess, I would like pretend to be like in action sequences, and like it helped me build like confidence and stuff. And like that film really means a lot. And the thing that's crazy is I watched it in 2008, like the year it came out, and then that following year in 2009, I watched The Incredible Hulk, and then when Iron Man 2 came out, I couldn't see it in theaters, unfortunately. So my mom bought the Blu-ray for me the day it came out, and I'll never forget. I was at my mom's house, before she like passed away and stuff, and I just remember I was watching it, and like I remember the scene, where Tony Stark and Whiplash like fight for the first time, and Tony Stark has like the briefcase like suit, which is still one of my top 5 favorite Iron Man suits. I love that fucking look at that suit so fucking much. And I remember like I was so into that scene, and it was crazy. And it was really really, really honestly core moments for me because it really helped the film shape my taste in film. And before the Avengers came out, I'd seen Ford, the first Avenger. So I'll never forget like the build up to the first Avengers film. And that was like the first ever film. Well, Toy Story 3 was the first one that I the thing with like Avatar was like the first one I was like really, really aware of, but like I was just I didn't see it, so I didn't count. But like Toy Story 3 was like the first one where I was like really into it, but like the Avengers was like still to say is tied with it for like the film I've like wanted to see the most like ever. To be honest, like I was so fucking excited, and like I would ask my mom every day before it came out, hey, when are we seeing it? And then I eventually saw it, and I was just like I was blown away, and I that is still in my opinion a masterpiece. I just love that film so much. And it's just really crazy because like that phase 1 it's just so core to like how I like view films, to be honest. So obviously phase 2 is very good, and phase 3 has been even better. And but it always goes back to like the beginning for me and stuff. So it's really crazy that all these years later, 11 years later, this whole Infinity Saga is ending. And I know that I'm really into like art house movies now, and I'm really into like experimental stuff, and I have some like acquired tastes when it comes to certain things. But like the night this movie comes out, I'm seeing it Thursday night. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm probably gonna cry a lot because I don't think people understand. Like, obviously, we're all really excited for it, but like, and I know I'm talking a lot, but like, I need to get this out. Like,
right.
Like, talking about it is emotional because like I've talked about this before. Like, the character of like Tony Stark is arguably when it comes to like Carol and Where the Wild Things Are, and Frankenfurter and Rocky Horror Picture Show, and just other characters, like Tony Stark might be at the top, and I'm completely serious. Like, something about like just like the way the character is, I really, really connect with, because he like reminds me a lot of myself. Obviously, that in some ways that aren't good, but like I really see a lot of like myself in him. Because it's always been like, not to get too personal, it's always kind of been hard for me to like explain my feelings like sometimes, and I kind of make things worse sometimes for myself, and I see that in him. And the way that Robert Downey Jr. plays him, I still think that is the best casting for a superhero ever. I think it's up there with like Michael Keaton and Christian Bale for like Batman, and there's obviously some other ones we can get into.
Hugh Jackman and things like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Hugh Jackman especially. Like,
yeah,
but like Robert Downey Jr. Like, I think he might just be like my personal favorite and stuff. I think he's brilliant, and it's just obviously I love a lot of the characters, not just Iron Man, but like I'm pretty sure this is going to be Robert Jr.'s last film in the MCU, and I don't want to get into like what's going to happen exactly with the character, because to be completely honest, I'm not really worried about that until I'm actually watching the movie, and it's just really crazy because it's finally ending, because I remember in 2012 watching the Thanos end credit scene, and I was on YouTube and I was watching all these videos, and everyone was freaking out, and everyone was like, yeah, man, I'm telling you, the last film in this saga is going to be insane. And now that we're here and it's less than a month away, it's fucking insane. Honestly, I wish it was longer than 3 hours and 2 minutes. To be honest, if this was 4 hours, I would still go see it. I don't know. I have extremely high expectations for this, and yeah, it's really crazy because some of these characters, this is basically going to be their conclusion. And while we're in phase 4, we're going to bring in some new characters and stuff, and obviously now with the Fox merger, we can do that and bring some other storylines in and stuff. But I don't know. It's just that the fact that we've got 21 movies leading up to this, and the way Infinity War ended. We all knew something was going to happen at the end because it was like a 2-part film and stuff, but like I was not expecting them to kill off that many characters. And yes, we can debate, how they're going to come back and who's going to come back and stuff, but it's like, people need to understand whoever dies in this movie is staying dead. So like, who actually dies in this, because obviously we know they're going to go back in time, for Quantum Realm, and however that's all going to work out and stuff, but like, people are going to die. And, I think that this has extreme stakes to it, and I'm really hoping they're responsible for, which I'm actually confident they're going to. I mean, I do think Civil War is a bit overrated, but The Winter Soldier I love, and Infinity War I love, and, I'm just really, really confident in what they can do with this film. I'm just going to say that off the bat. If this film is disappointing, I'm going to be extremely pissed, but I'm pretty sure it won't be.
I mean, we all will.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. It's really crazy because, I also, I've made some remarks about him in the past just because, I mean, I'm such a huge fan of the character of Iron Man, but I do like Captain America a lot, so this is probably going to be like ending of that, and also we got Thor and, Hulk and, just all these other characters, and, it's just crazy that, like, we're kind of going back to the original, like Avengers. Obviously, there's like different, like we got like Rocket, and we got Carol and our Captain Marvel and stuff. And I'm just really excited for it, and I'm loving that the marketing is showing absolutely nothing. Because when the Russos were like, oh yeah, we're going to show absolutely nothing, I'm like, okay, you're going to show something, but they really aren't. Really, I know people are talking about how like there's like the shot when the Quantum Realm says like Tony's there, but we don't know if that's even a real shot, because they've said that.
Yeah, it could have been like the thing with the Hulk in Infinity War.
Yeah, so we're not sure exactly how it's all going to go down, and that's what I fucking love about this whole thing. So, yeah, I mean, this is it, and like I said, I obviously care about all the characters, but it's just crazy that like it all goes back to 2008 when I was like such a young kid, and I was watching Iron Man, and it literally like is one of the most important films I've ever seen, and you know, I've talked about this moment a little bit, but I did the Marvel IMAX festival last year, and Iron Man was obviously the first one, and seeing that in theaters, especially in IMAX, was literally one of the most emotional moments of my life, and I'm not ashamed to say that. And marathoning, I saw 11 other films after that, and in that film festival, and it just really reminded me. And the Infinity War was obviously the last one I saw, and you know, I just like when that film ended, I'm like, God damn, like Endgame really is gonna fuck me up. And I just saw the trailer for the third time, the second trailer for the third time in theaters in front of Dumbo, and I was just like watching it, and I was just getting chills because I'm like, God damn, like it's really here. And like I said, like I know that like I'm really into like the art house stuff, and like I'm always like, oh yeah, you know, It Chapter 2, you know, most anticipated. But to be honest, I think I might be more excited for this than It Chapter 2, at least for this year, because this, you know, film, like I've been waiting for so long. This It Chapter 2 I've been waiting for, but like this film is like, I don't know, but who knows? I've been talking for way too long, and I know Tony wants to probably talk now, so I'll just say that that I'm seeing the first night it comes out. I'm seeing it in IMAX or IMAX 3D, whatever the fuck it is. Also, I just want to tell people this right fucking now. One last thing, if in case anyone is still listening to what I'm saying, please see this in IMAX if you can. Infinity War, the whole thing was shot IMAX cameras, and this one is too. And Infinity War might be my favorite IMAX experience. Literally, the film is made for IMAX.
It's up there for sure for me.
Dude, like the aspect ratio and the sound mixing was so fucking good.
Oh, absolutely.
Literally, maybe the best sound mix I've ever heard in IMAX. I saw Dunkirk in IMAX 7mm, and I've seen lots of other IMAX.
Especially with Sylvester's score too. Jesus Christ,
dude! Like I'll never forget. Like just to say quickly, I'll never forget the one part where Thanos, when the whole fight between Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Nebula, that whole sequence where like they start throwing earth, like these pieces of earth, and then like he takes over this Infinity Gauntlet. I'll never remember the sound mix. It's like the way back of the theater, and you can literally hear it coming right at the screen. It was so good. So definitely try to see this in IMAX if you can. I know it's gonna be hard to get tickets for IMAX, but who fucking cares? Just dedicate yourself to it. And that's all I want to say. I've been going for way too long, but this film better be fucking good or else. So yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, man, I know you thought you went on too long, but that's probably one of the most profound things anyone has said on this movie preview. So I really do appreciate you for getting that personal. That was
yeah, it's just like I know a lot of people like make fun of how much I like the character of Iron Man, but it's like literally like let's just say hypothetically if Tony Stark dies, I'm literally not going to stop crying for probably like 2 hours. And I mean that. So like
it's going to be me when Cap dies, boy.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm just going to say this now. I think people are getting too involved with who's going to die because, to be honest, I don't think we should be worrying about that too much until we're actually like watching the movie, because the stakes will really be there. But not saying like there's like everyone's going to be nervous as fuck waiting in line for this movie, but you know what I mean. So
yeah, obviously.
And if I had to come in to say, like, watching, like, when you guys talk about, like, when Kaden brought up, like, watching all these movies over the years, when we were watching all these movies for the MCU conversation, and with that second trailer, when they showed, like, all the old clips from the previous movies, like, from the first Iron Man and the first Avenger.
Yeah, they got to me that much more because we've been watching those, like, because like I was watching the trailer and I was like, holy shit, I literally watched them like a week ago.
And to talk about what Gary was kind of talking about, the old clips and stuff, like the very first part of the second trailer is the scene from Iron Man when he escapes and stuff, and like he says the line about like it all began here, and I'm like, God damn it, like my life is like going by so fast.
Yeah. But Ken, for what you said, really, that really was very profound. I really love what you said, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. So I know he's been waiting.
So thank you.
I know he's been waiting very patiently. We have a lot to say for sure, but Tony, go ahead, man. This is your time.
Oh my fucking God, boy! Yes, boy. Yes.
Oh my God, Tony.
Just keep it up, boy. Keep it up.
Time to get me copyrighted.
That's the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life, Tony.
That was beautiful.
I have literally waited 15 minutes just to do that intro.
You're welcome.
Like, okay, I'm not communicated. Like, I don't mind you talking a long time, but there were times where I was getting ready to put my helmet. I'm like, okay, this is the time. And then you were talking more. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put in the helmet now. And I'm like, oh fuck.
Well, at least you can talk now.
Yeah, no, go
Yeah.
ahead, man.
No, don't worry. I don't have as much to say because I feel like I've said everything on my channel when we did the anticipated video.
Yeah.
But no, but yeah, you guys have covered it very, very well, honestly. Yeah, I can't believe this is the end of the Avengers saga. Like, I just can't believe this is it. Like, this is gonna be the last time we see some of these characters. It's gonna be cool to see some of them, move forward from here. But the ones we have to say goodbye to, that's definitely gonna be pretty heartbreaking right there. And yeah, I can't believe 11 years of this universe now. 11 freaking years for this. It's pretty mind blowing to process that fact, honestly, and the fact that we've been following most of these characters for so long, and even the new characters that have came in. I care about the new characters, and I can't wait to see what the MCU does with the new characters like Black Panther, Doctor Strange. I can't wait to see their sequels and what other superheroes they're going to include, after Avengers Endgame. It's just very exciting. I can't believe an event like this is actually here. Like, I didn't think I would be living at a time where something like this gigantic and epic would exist, but it's actually here. I think I've said everything I need to say at this point. I am just truly, truly excited. I think this is one of those rare movies where I highly doubt it'll disappoint. Like, normally I have the mindset where it could go either way. This is one of the rare movies where, I don't think it'll disappoint. Like you guys said, if it does, that's going to be probably one of the most heartbreaking things ever.
It will be the most heartbreaking.
But this is one of those rare times where I don't think it's going to disappoint us. I just don't think it will.
No.
I have full faith in the Russos. I'm glad that the marketing has been keeping Endgame, as minimal as possible. The details, where they're going with the storylines, the characters, like, they've been doing a really good job with the marketing. And the fact that it's 3 hours and 2 minutes, I must say, that I have no problem with that. In fact, I was hoping the Russos would make it a full 3 hours because when you do get movies that are long, they're normally like close to 3 hours, like in an Interstellar or a Blade Runner or Boyhood. But very rarely do you ever see like a full 3 hours. So it's really cool to see that. I'm sure there's a lot they're going to unpack for a runtime like that, and I can't wait to see it. This is Marvel's own epic right here. This is Marvel's, I guess you could say, Lawrence of Arabia or Ben-Hur, the original Ben-Hur.
Gone with the Wind,
yeah,
or Lord of the Rings.
Gone with the Wind, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Like, yeah, this is it for Marvel. This is it. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I would not be surprised if I cry. It's really rare when I cry in the theater, but I would not be surprised if I get all emotional.
Dinosaur trailer, then you'll cry like a motherfucker.
Oh my God, yes. No one is ever forgetting that. That's one of the rare trailers to actually get a tear from me, Jesus Christ. But yeah, this movie looks epic. It looks action-packed. It looks like it'll be emotional. I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna make us gasp, like, oh, no way. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be moments like that. And yeah, everyone has said it. I'm just so excited. So, Avengers Endgame, let's go. Hurry the fuck up, April 26th.
Yeah.
Or 25th if you consider the Thursday showings.
Yeah, if I gotta come in here for it, it's like the posters they released recently with the the people that live and the people that died.
Oh man!
Tell me that you did not cry when you see the Spider-Man poster.
Dude, especially the ones they released with like the quotes, Jesus Christ, that really got to me.
Well, minus the Black Panther one, where it's just General.
Yeah, true.
yeah, but and also like I think if it does disappoint us, and it's gonna suck, especially because this is the event that everybody's been waiting for this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, so but it's the Russos. Like so far, all the previous 3 films we did in the MCU have all been fantastic. And even though Civil War is probably my least favorite out of the ones they directed in the universe, it's still a phenomenal movie, though. So I highly doubt this will disappoint And also, you're gonna. I have a feeling that there might some of the previous characters that we've seen in other MCU movies might come up here. Of course,
because this is the grand finale. They're gonna try to get as many as possible.
Yeah, like even characters that you haven't seen in a while. Let's hope Kevin's favorite Darcy's in this.
I hope not, but
yeah. But
on that note, I would love to talk about Endgame for another 2 hours or so, but we do have to wrap this up at some point.
Okay, I gotta say one last thing.
Oh my god!
I just want to say this right fucking now. I am getting so annoyed with the people that are like, "Oh, I'm not going to see this because it's over 3 hours." Shut the fuck up. You're still going to go fucking see it.
Yeah, right.
It's literally only going to be over 2 minutes longer than 3 hours. And also, I don't think people realize a film reaching a 3 hour mark in a film like this, like, it's an epic.
It is.
So, and let's not forget Peter Jackson. Oh, I was gonna say, let's not forget movies like Peter Jackson's King Kong is 3 hours long, or Titanic is 3 hours long.
Yeah, and Lord of the Rings. And Lord of the Rings were 3 hours, and all of them made huge money back then.
Exactly. It's like,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so
and this one needs to be over 3 hours long. Like
it does. There's so much ground to cover.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I'd love to go on for another 2 or 3 hours about this, but hey, that's what we got the MCU conversation for. But either way, Avengers Endgame, it comes out. We're all gonna see it, and I am just counting the days, honestly. I cannot wait.
Yep.
I don't like it when time goes by fast, but this is one of those rare times where I just want time to go as fast as possible. We can get through this mostly shitty month of movies and just get to Endgame because we all need it in our lives. We all really do need it. But with that said, that does wrap it up for the April movie preview here. Very interesting batch of movies for sure, especially consider for a while it was pretty rocky there. But before I do close out, I do want to give all of my guests here one last chance to give their little thing. But first of all, I joked around about him doing the penguin thing and things like that. But after what he said with Endgame, which honestly really did touch my heart, Caden, go ahead.
Yeah, that was beautiful stuff, man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I almost shed a tear. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was quite profound.
Yeah, give
thank
Caden
you
the Oscar.
very, very much. I appreciate it as always.
Yes,
and,
he's top Tom Holland.
I'm grateful to have friends like you who get it. So
yes.
And
shit.
Oh my god, it is Adam Haskell. And,
honestly, Gary, talking. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Adam, go ahead.
But yeah, thank you for having me on. I was happy to join. Penguins is still going to be a masterpiece. Fuck you. and I've said enough about some other films here, especially Endgame. And should be quite an interesting month for sure. To be honest, like I know that like the screenings they're going to show to people before it comes out on the 25th are going to be for very, very established movie critics and people, and I'm pretty sure the likelihood of it getting spoiled is a very, very low amount. But I honestly might just stay offline after the premiere because if I get this anything,
same. Honestly, I might
just like I did it for BBS, so I can do it for this. So
I might just take a social media break. Yeah,
like I really don't care if that sounds stupid or not, but like.
No, it's a good thing to do.
This film is bigger. Honestly, I think this film is bigger than The Force Awakens. And
it is.
That film I got easily spoiled for, and I literally saw the photo of Han Solo being stabbed by Kylo.
Yeah, oh no!
Literally 3 days before the movie came out.
And I'm like, oh, you're fine. That's not something to worry about.
Kevin, that was 2015. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, so that's that. Anyways, thank you for having me on. And I'm pretty sure you'll do a spoiler video on Endgame, and I probably will join for that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right. Also here with me throughout the entirety of this video as well. Tony, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Kevins, for bringing me on. It was nice to join this because I know it was supposed to be in the March one, but you know things changed, so it was nice to do the April one.
Of course.
2 years in a row now, so that's very exciting. Very awesome to be talking about. It's kind of crazy to think how a year ago I was talking about Infinity War. And now a year later I'm talking about Endgame 2. So that was very exciting. And, even the movies that, I may not be as high on. It was still interesting to talk to them just because I'm with you and Caden and Adam Haskell's sexy cameo and then Gary waking up on time to talk about Endgame.
Yeah, finally. He was supposed to be here throughout the entirety of this, by the way, but
sorry. I was asleep. All right, I
that's
fell
not my
asleep.
problem.
But there's one more thing, guys. I have to thank my lucky guest star, my special guest star, the Penguin.
Thank you guys for bringing me on. It's been a real honor to be here. I love it. Go see my movie Penguins IMAX Penguin.
Guys, let's sing this song one more time. Have a nice bath.
Kiss my booty. Kiss my booty. Look at my little booty. Look at my booty. Look at my booty. Look at her booty.
They have nice
Look at that. Look at that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So
Okay,
yeah,
are we done?
So yeah, anyways, thank you for being on, Kevin. And don't forget that I will always have Tiger Power
and Penguin.
Go fuck yourself. All right. So like I said, next person, he was supposed to be here throughout the entirety of this video, but he decided to take a nap. But thankfully, he was able to join for Endgame at least. So Gary, what do you want to say?
Well, first of all, fuck you.
Hell yeah.
Second of all, Tony, Kate, and Adam, that changed my life.
Thank you.
And second of all, honestly, since even though we talked about Endgame for about like 2 hours, honestly, since Adam's here, how about you talked about your opinions on why you think Endgame looks so good?
I don't think Endgame looks good. I think it looks like shit.
I agree. Fuck that movie.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
We've all been faking it. We're fuck Marvel, honestly.
Yeah, fuck Marvel. Fuck my whole speech.
Honestly, I'm hyped for Hellboy. That's what I'm excited for.
Like honestly, if I have to be honest, I think the trailer showed way too much.
Definitely.
I really love Infinity War, but I'm sorry, this one just doesn't look up to par. It just looks really bad. So yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you told me you cried. You almost cried. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, I got hot sauce in my eye. That's why.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, no, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, even though I'm sorry for those who kind of from the thumbnail kind of expected me to be on here, but my lazy ass got too tired. But and if when I was talking about Endgame, if my audio was sounding awful,
No, it sounded fine.
No, it sounded fine after you started speaking.
Yeah.
Right.
It was kind of echoey at first, but it then sounded fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I figured because I heard the echo through my earphone. But anyways, I'm glad at least I talked about Endgame because
yes.
Yeah, boy.
All right.
If I honestly missed Endgame, then fuck.
Yeah, no, I would have felt bad if you weren't able to join for that. So I'm glad you woke up at the right time for sure. I was worried for a while, but thankfully you were able to join us. And lastly, he was not scheduled.
But I wasn't finished. You dumb.
All right.
Shit. Yeah, let me talk. I want to talk. But anyways, thank you.
Let him fucking talk.
Go away.
Thank you, Mr. Penguin. Well, first of all, thank you to Mr. Tony and Caden. You two are my lords and saviors behind Double Nine. I love both of you. And Adam, you are the civil sexiest man alive. And Kevin.
Hello.
I loved you on Malcolm in the Middle as Dewey.
Wow, that's great. I'm very, very happy to hear that. But all right.
Yeah,
So
yeah, thank you very much. And also, go fuck yourself, Jackson.
All right. Lastly, here, he was not supposed to be on this movie preview, but he was actually supposed to be here for March. So, Adam, I guess give your closing remarks.
The fuck?
Adam, give your closing remarks.
Hi guys. Thanks for having me on for this episode. I really appreciate it.
Hell yeah, boy.
And yeah.
All right. So with all that said, thank you all for watching the April movie preview. This was definitely a lot of fun for sure. As much as dry as this month really is for movies, I'm really happy we got to talk as extensively about Endgame as possible. But that's really it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to hear more thoughts on Endgame, we'll be doing a spoiler review and things like that. And, of course, you can check Gary, Am, and I, maybe Tony as well, on episode 3 of the MCU conversation later in April as well. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in my next video, and we'll see you guys for that. Okay.
Bye.